You got it.
This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey!
Why?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this U.S. Open Thursday, June 18, 2026, this program begins now.
Sports!
Are the greatest, and we have a major championship happening.
Hell yeah.
Nailed it. On that note,
Wow.
Zito is on the ones and twos in the back. Zito, you look good back there, brother. You look very good back there. Got Bailey running to lower thirds. You got Gumpy, obviously, cutting clips for social. You got Bruce Brown running a computer in the back. Evan Foxy in the Foxy position, which we have now learned through learning about the television business. Foxy does six people's jobs, I guess. Foxy, great job, Foxy.
Hell yeah, thanks, boys.
Way to go, Foxy, the Foxy
Just happy
position.
to be here.
Foxy and Bruce, I think, account for about 10 people normally, whenever there is a normal thing, but you two crushing it there. Zito sitting in the positions, Zito and Bill sitting in a position that Nick Moraldo normally sits in. You know, Plum High School legend, world ball hockey champion as a high schooler, clap bomb from Regency Park is basically what they call him, part of them. He's celebrating life right now, so he'll be out for a little bit. We just want to let Nick know and his entire family. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, hell yeah, brother.
Congrats, Nick.
Congrats, Nick. The Talks Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone is there. Tone, we got a big one on DraftKings today.
Yeah, huge one.
I don't know when it's going up, so let's not guarantee this thing later this afternoon.
Okay.
We'll be able to tease something that is coming later this afternoon on the DraftKings platform that we think is a beautiful. This is what it's about. Whenever you get a chance to partner with a sports gambling platform. Obviously, you tell the world, hey, you got to be 21 plus. You tell people you got to be responsible in this entire thing. You can't be an asshole. Don't ruin it for all of us. But whenever you're gambling on games, all it is try to add a little bit of excitement. Let's not go without above our means. Let's not try to think that we're going to become bazillionaires from this thing. Let's just enjoy it. So that's one part of the mission. But also, team. Mm-hmm. Team.
Huge.
Team coming together. What team? America's team.
That's right.
There will be a bet coming to DraftKings platform later this afternoon that is being called the America Game 2 Guarantee. Listen, DraftKings is doing this, and I think this is a decision that is certainly going to be very aggressive. But later this afternoon on the DraftKings platform, you'll be able to opt in to the Game 2 Guarantee. Then you'll have to apply the token of what? Oh, if they lose or draw, you get your money back in bonus bets. Now, you won't be able to withdraw that money, but you'll be able to utilize that money as a bet later. Same amount of wager. Now, the wagers will change depending upon your betting unit and gambling unit, but this is what we like to call a team ride.
Yeah.
This is what we like to call a, hey, we're going to be able to bet on the United States of America in something that we're probably going to win. Now, Socceroos going to be mad to hear that, but I don't care. You think you're going to win. We're definitely going to win. We got dogs across the field. But if we draw soccer,
Yes.
Happens a lot.
if we lose, okay, we get our money back in the bank. That is what we like to call a fun Friday celebrating America and sports together.
That's right.
That is why we are so pumped up about it. That'll be coming later this afternoon to the DraftKings platform. But other than the United States of America tomorrow and that particular opt-in, the America Game 2 Guarantee, 21 plus, gamble responsibly, obviously, to be up there later this afternoon and all the sports gambling. World Cup has been fun to bet on.
Awesome.
World Cup has been a very fun thing. A lot of goal scoring,
Yep.
a lot of activity, and the games have been electrifying even late into the evening. But whenever the stars come out and do their thing, Harry Kane, go ahead and add his name to the list of multiple goals being scored. Now, he obviously got a little bit of a reprieve with VAR with the penalty, and then him going right back to the same spot kind of shows you the type of stones on this guy. He's 32 years old. We've known him since he was a teenager. He scores multiple goals. England gets a huge win. The Brits are having a good time, and we're going to have a British correspondent joining us here in a matter of moments who might have seen the sun for the first time in his life. I think that is something that's happening to all of Europe in real time. But these soccer games have been fun to bet on, Tone. It feels like DraftKings is probably getting a lot of action in the World Cup world.
A ton of action, and they probably got killed 2 days ago when Mbappe had two. Messi had the hat trick. Who else had two? Had two that day. Harry Kane has two yesterday. Diaz has a goal for Colombia last night. 2 days ago, all the favorites won. Now, there has been a lot of dogs. Dogs have scored, I believe, in 75% of the matches so far. So, like, both teams scoring a match has been great so far for the tournament. Draws have been great so far for the tournament. Favorites the other day. And then the superstars. Like, the superstars scoring is great for the tournament and great for action because everyone is obviously betting on the superstars. That's what people do. So I assume the sportsbooks so far have not had the best World Cup, especially with America winning 4-1. But, hey, that's not our problem. That's their problem, and we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, I think we should keep doing it. And America winning is great for soccer, great for sport, great for the tournament, and great for us as Daily Sports Talk. Yep. Joining us now, a man who hasn't been with us all week. We have missed him. 9-year NFL vet. Man who always looks cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Broward County Sports Hall of Famer.
Yep.
There's your brother.
Hell yeah, D-Bud.
Good to see you, D-Bud.
Glad to be back, boys.
What is that, an Amish hat? That's an Amish hat?
I don't know what this is. Got a gift from my football agent, Buddy Baker. I believe it's, what is this, Bruce? I think you know the logo.
Buddy Baker's dropping on.
Stableman?
New York
Siegelman Stable, yeah.
There we go. So it's that, but it's a big day, man. Big day in sports. Obviously, I missed the finals talk, but we got a major. We got a major starting today, obviously in golf, and then we got a victory, a championship parade for Bruce's New York Knicks. Congratulations again. I love parades. I love to see them. I'm not a parade guy, but I do love watching them. Last 2 years for the Panthers, Seen a couple with the Miami Heat. Marlins had some back in the day, still waiting for the Miami Dolphins. But I love parade time, especially for a city like New York. We've been there a couple times. We know it's been a long, long time. So seeing all these people, who knows what these numbers will actually be. So I love seeing this.
I do like the fact that the way they're going to calculate this is any human that's outside in New York City today is going to be calculated to the parade, which, hey, they might be. I mean, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade seemingly has massive crowds every single time. And I always wondered myself, as a family, my family never went to a parade. I don't think we ever went to a parade. St. Patrick's Day Parade I started going to, but that was just a parade of drunks.
Sure.
You know, that's kind of what that was. But I do appreciate the people that go out and celebrate the hell out of their city. That is basically what a parade is. So come celebrate what our city is while it is being showcased and while we're all kind of coming together. And anytime you get a championship parade in a city that hasn't had a chance to have one in a long time, people show up. Cleveland shut down the entire state of Ohio. They weren't letting flights into Ohio. Because I was over here in Indianapolis whenever the Cavaliers won after LeBron James brought it back home. And I was like, I need to get – I'm going to go over there. They were shutting down roads into Ohio because people were trying to come. It was so vast. Obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs, the first time they had a chance to do it, it went crazy. There's always going to be some sort of spectacle at all these parades. And New York City shutting down basically for it all, it's going to be incredible. And shout out to sports bringing people together like never before seen. And shout out to New York City winning something for the first time ever. Now, is Ben Stiller getting a ring?
He better.
He should.
Timmy, too.
I think a lot of people mad when Ben Stiller came out and said, I do not pay for those seats. So I could not afford those seats that I sit in. And everybody's like, well, he's a fake fan. It's like Ben Stiller, I think, has been – Ben Stiller's played an 82-game season, I think, with the Knicks for basically, 40 years now?
Yeah.
40 years now or
Bad
something like
years,
that?
too.
How do we feel about that? Because James Dolan, when he gave his speech to the Knicks 10 weeks before the finals, and he said, tell your partners that they're going to win rings too, because they're a massive piece of this entire thing. And if you don't have a partner or whatever, find somebody to do this journey with, and they'll get a ring as well. And then that led to, obviously, some people talking about who all gets a ring or whatever. It's like, I think what Dolan was trying to say and what the city is trying to say is the people that work their asses off aren't just the people that are necessarily on the court. Obviously, Jalen Brunson is a huge piece of this. He'll go down as a man who's going to have a statue in Madison Square Garden and everything like that. So that is not crazy. But I do like the aspect of the city celebrating today. And for the rings, Dolan saying it's also a team effort we got in this building. We can all enjoy it and celebrate it. That's what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. And like you said, him, Spike Lee, obviously has been there forever. He's kind of, I would say, probably the most famous or notable fan, at least for me. When I see the Knicks, I think of Spike Lee. Jack Nicholson, I think of the Lakers. So he's kind of been there for those years too. So I do like when those guys get the rings. But I mean, who cares? If James Dolan wants to say, all right, instead of somebody paying $500K for a seat, I'm going to give this to Ben Stiller or give this to whoever to be courtside because that's who I wanted the games. That's who I want front and center. Ben Stiller's shooting a documentary that we'll see, sure, at some point. But so yeah, that's on James Dolan. That's his call. We were in that arena. That arena is incredible. So I'm happy for the fans. You know, I'm obviously an Eastern Conference guy. I've been a Miami Heat fan, so I'm not rooting for the Knicks. But to watch them go on this dominant run after what Jalen Brunson has did, how he closed out that game, them finally getting the championship after 53 years, like the whole story with sports is just incredible.
Yeah, I really love it. I really enjoy it all. And joining us now is a man who loves it more than us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a parade guy. Do we think he's live from the parade? Doesn't feel like he's a parade guy.
Nah, he went to the games.
I think if he was
the parade.
I think if he was if he was in the parade, or I think he would feel honored to be a part of the parade, would definitely go. Mm-hmm. If he was working parade,
Sure.
I think would be there. Not sure he is, because he's pretty active.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very.
He is a
King of New York.
Yeah, but he is always a mover and a shaker.
Doing stuff.
Even when he's on the show, it's hard for him to stay in the room in which he's confined, whichever room he is in there. Maybe live from the parade, but we definitely know, went to all of the games, traveled out here to Indianapolis last year for all of the games whenever he could. Diehard Knicks fan, super insider for football, but also an Emmy Award-winning pundit. Ladies and gentlemen, superstar Peter Schrager. Not at the parade. Okay, I see that. Not at the parade. No, can't do it. That was a big, hard no there. Don't you think it's a beautiful thing, the celebration of the city and everybody coming together?
It's great. I'm not a parade guy, Pat. The millions of people on top of each other in what they're calling pens, P-E-N-S. No, that is not my world. I appreciate it. I love that people are there. And a lot of this parade stuff is for if you didn't go to the games or you don't get a chance to see the guys in person. I think it's amazing. And I have friends who took trains from Merrick and Comac and Greenwich, and you mentioned the spot in New Jersey you want to at 3, 4, 5 a.m. to stand in line to get a good spot, and I absolutely love that they're there. But, Pat, you can't find me in that mass of people. Absolutely not.
Okay, let's talk about a mass of people that I found somebody in. Ben Stiller took a picture from his documentary and posted it here, and it was a widespread of the celebration on the court, obviously. Right down there to the right, Stanford Steve. Other guys got front billing.
Yes.
Stanford Steve got front billing right next to Scott Van Pelt, obviously doing it all. But that vibe right there was felt in the city throughout the entirety of this New York Knicks playoff run. Can you talk a little bit about it as a diehard, very loyal New Yorker in the city, New Yorker? I think you try to tell people that so everybody understands where you're at, where you're not at, and where you've been, and where you weren't willing to move from. Remember, they picked up Good Morning Football,
That's right.
sent it to Los Angeles, and Shrek said,
did.
I'm not moving. Yeah, right. I am not leaving New York. What has it been like riding alongside this team? And now that a championship has been won, how do you kind of view it all?
Yeah, I choose to raise a family in New York City. It's very difficult. It is not easy to do this. My kids are confined in an apartment that is yay big, and I think it's good for them because they get cultured, they ride the subway, they see all walks of life, and a lot of times, in the last few years, there's been everyone leaving New York. We're going to Miami, we're going to Palm Beach, we're moving to the suburbs, Scarsdale, and we have been 10 toes down. And it's moments like this where you see the city all come together. Like, I see the governor and the mayor on the floats. Like, I don't need to see them today. I want to see the non-politics of this whole thing. I want to see everyone together, and that's what this Knicks run was. It was all 5 boroughs. It was the outer boroughs. It was all races, all ages, all generations, all walks of life, socioeconomic. Everybody was all in on this Knicks run. And it was a really happy, pleasant, amazing month of May and June. And I really think it was because of the New York Knicks. People say hello on the street. People are wearing their Knicks gear. Everyone is embracing everybody. And I got to say, I get overwhelmed with emotion about a few things. New York City is one of them, and the power of sports is the other. And as much as people must hate on New York and don't love the New York sports teams, I get it. It's hard not to appreciate the heart of a champion that this team had coming back the way they did, and not being built of 5-star recruits and superstars, and then finding a way to unite this entire city together. I said it early on with you. I am not a gatekeeper with this team. There's a lot of people who are like, get off the bandwagon. You're a 35-year-old mother who lives out in Armonk, New York. You don't get to post about the Knicks on Instagram now. No, come aboard. Everybody is allowed to come on board, and I love that this team welcomed everybody with open arms.
I love that Chalamet was right there in the middle of it, and also the fact that the players are just as big a fans, seemingly, of the big fans of the team as well. It does have a big family feel. It does have a big family feel in New York. How long will this last? Forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe New York is just happy now. It's 53 years. They've been waiting. They get it. Let's take the top off the happiness, and now it's overflowing in abundance every single day. I like that.
Why not? Where does basketball rank out there, Shregs? I know you got baseball, the Yankees.
It's one. Darius, it's one. It's the city game. It is, and it goes back to the 50s and the 60s and City College and all that, and then you go through the 80s with Chris Mullin and Kenny Anderson and all the city legends to Marbury and Telfair, and you go through the list. It's always been the city game, and it takes place at Rucker Park, and it takes place at West 4th, and it takes place in Brooklyn, and it takes place everywhere. This is the city game, and to see the city be able to celebrate like this is truly wonderful. And Pat, you mentioned when's it gonna wear off? This is a really cool deal about winning a championship. You can cash those memories in whenever. It's like an ATM. You can now go on anytime you want to say, I want to relive it. All right, type in on YouTube, Alvarado 3-pointer game 4. It's there, and you can feel it all over again. 53 years is the longest drought that any team in the NBA has gone through between championship teams. Some people are lucky enough to be alive for the 73 squad and today's squad. But forever, there's going to be Knicks fans far and wide who can just tap into their phone or their memories and say, Deuce McBride, bank shot 3 from the corner, game 1. And it's all there, and you could feel it all over again. So it is forever. And I think if you guys are fans of championship teams growing up, it's always going to be in your heart. It's a special time and a special moment. And I'm so happy for all these Knicks fans who get to feel it now.
Yeah, Connor went to like 14 parades as a child up there. And
Spoiled.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And then we thought it was all going to crumble for him. And then lo and behold, actually, they end up getting right back to the Super Bowl, and they're going to get to experience it probably sooner than later for everybody else. But yes, that parade is what an entire city is kind of waiting for. Today will be a massive celebration. Congrats to you. You're, I believe, also a man who understands the Hamptons a little bit, you know? And not only is the Knicks parade today over there in New York City, but on Long Island over there, there's a U.S. Open taking place at Shinnecock, you know? And Shinnecock this morning has certainly been showing up. You know, Long Island, the home of Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
Well, this morning it looked like a horror film as James Nicholas teed off. Man from New York was the first guy to hit a shot this morning. And then let's go to Henry Riggs on the 10th, his first hole of the morning. How's it going? You playing Shinnecock? I heard that place is tough. Henry Riggs says, no, I'm actually on the fairway. Got a nice little chip in here. Going to probably make birdie on my first hole. Instead, he chips to about 10 feet and it's gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It is still going. Oh, it stopped, right?
Hey, he's still putting.
Yeah, that's good. He's good. He's good right there. Harry Higgs, sorry, not Henry. It's gone.
Oh.
Ball is gone. That's his first hole.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's his second shot doing that. Think about what Harry Higgs has to think about for the rest of the day. Harry Higgs, yeah, it's still going. He's going to pick it up. It's going all the way back to him. That's what we're looking at Shinnecock on Long Island. And then here's Brooks Koepka. You know, he's dressed awesome today. I mean, he dressed awesome. We get the
Look at the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The wind is howling. Koepka, no stranger to the course.
Side pocket.
Great.
Cheeky.
That's a good fight. That's a good fight early to save par. Congrats to him. But obviously, Long Island and the Hamptons now, absolutely crazy because summer. Can you tell me about the U.S. Open coming to town and what this normally means for the entire area?
It's awesome. So I'm out by Montauk, which is about 3.5 hours from the city, all the way at the east. I'll be at Shinnecock tomorrow as a fan, going purely as a fan. My friend Eric Ziff invited me. I said I will be there and I will be watching because I love this tournament. And for the U.S. Open to come down to Long Island's pretty cool. Shinnecock, a really tough course. They're comparing it to Pebble Beach in a way, but it looks like these guys are struggling early. And there was obviously a haze above today that caused a delay. But this will get really heated come Saturday and Sunday because it's Father's Day weekend. School is out. It's a 3-day weekend for the New York City kids because of obviously the Juneteenth holiday, but also school is over. So everyone's going to be making their way all the way out here. And I have a feeling this is going to be one of the most electric finishes of U.S. Open history. I don't know where he's at in the leaderboard. I don't know if he's teed off, but Cam Young is a New Yorker. So if that is a story I can follow right now, I was walking around, there's like a Hamptons magazine. He's on the cover of Hamptons magazine. Like, there's a local story there. Let's go.
What'd you say, Tony?
He looked unbelievable on the cover of the magazine. Last time I checked, he was 2 over. But
He's one over.
One
One
over
over
now.
now.
He's battling. He's got that
It's
New
only,
York
it's
grit.
only a shot off the lead, or 2 shots off the lead.
Okay, let's get
That's
off.
my pick.
Let's get off of talking about New York being great. Okay. Jeez.
They introed him from Florida, too. I don't know if that's where he lives, but they said
Does he really go
where
by
he lives.
Florida?
they said Palm Beach Gardens.
That's messed up.
Come on,
Florida
dude.
boy,
Kinda
Cam
love
Young. I like that too.
Love
Going
it.
back into New York. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. You know, Florida.
That is messed up because
I was going to say, he didn't do that at the Ryder Cup. Yeah.
Did they really?
I don't want no Floridian on the cover of Hamptons magazine. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Let's get
I'm
Brunson
sure
for a
that's
photo.
abnormal. I'm sure that's abnormal for somebody that has a house in Florida to be on the cover of Hamptons. Yeah, I can't believe that. There was a World Cup game, right?
Yeah, New York Stadium.
Yeah,
you got
New York, New Jersey.
My bad.
In the shadows of New York City, there is New York, New Jersey Stadium, the artist formerly known as MetLife Stadium, that hosted a World Cup game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
Brazil.
I think 2 so far.
Multiple.
But
Yeah.
good one. Eli was there and everything
Yeah.
like that.
That's the France one.
Knicks obviously win the
Yeah.
finals that weekend into that, and then now they got the U.S. Open.
Yes.
This is why the New Yorkers will always be like,
That is the hottest bat they've ever had.
ever in
Yeah.
my life. I think this is certainly the hottest.
And the Yankees don't lose.
Yeah, they're piping
they're
hot right now.
And Judgy's not even playing, so it's kind of, everything's coming up aces for New York right now.
Holy shit.
By the way, do you see Hart and Brunson throw just darts for their opening pitch? Just perfect pitches?
Yeah, strikes, both of them. And I think both catchers were like, damn, actually pretty good there. Didn't throw from the bump, though.
So,
I don't love that.
Did they?
What?
Yeah, I don't know if it was the shoes or the mind. One they didn't want to mess up. It was kind of like when senior citizens go out there and they say like, hey, thank you so much to this World War II vet for coming out, going to throw the first pitch. They stand right in front of the mound and then they throw it out there. But to be clear, both of them.
They should have took turns for the mound.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
You got to be the president, throw it off the mound. They don't let anybody up there before the game.
Oh, the Yankees don't let anybody up
I
there.
saw
you're saying?
Fat Joe up there with
Yeah.
some Timberlands on.
Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Oh, stop lying, dude.
Single-handedly lost in the World Series.
Exactly.
Have you seen the Wembenyama pitch at the Yankee game from a couple of years ago? It's a beauty.
No, was it from the mound?
It's from somewhere. He basically throws it into the ground and it rolls.
All right,
it's fantastic.
easy, Trey. A lot of people have done that.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
won,
way to
Trey.
go. I like that you did that. I did it. There was a cheers, I believe, by the boys,
There
from
was.
my understanding in that entirety. I like that there's beef. Okay, let's pivot away from the NBA and New York City being the greatest.
It's not. Get that out of the way, too.
I think she might be performing, by the way. Someone told me Alicia Keys is going
Yeah,
to.
of course.
saw
Yeah.
that too.
Anybody else? Anybody else that could be performing over there in New York? Do you
Got rules on a float. Fat Joe is on a float. Everyone made it out of the woodwork, guys. They're all there. It's going to be fun.
Connor mentioned some people that maybe weren't mentioned that are famous New Yorkers that could potentially not be attending the parade today. In my ear, right there. We won't chat about that.
That's why I did it just
We'll chat about the good things. We'll chat about the good things here. Congrats to New York. Congrats. All right, let's move to NFL stuff. I know you're up there in Montauk. I don't know how much you get to tap into what's going on in the football world. Some precedent-setting stuff taking place right now. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Strikes, we're a couple of days away from the summer solstice, so not normally a time for NFL news, but this year it is. Brendan Sorsby has, or I don't know if officially he's declared or tried to declare for the supplemental draft, but that feels like how it's going to be. We're waiting on Roger to tell us if there is going to be a supplemental draft or not. We've had people on this week that think all 32 teams will be in person or present at his quote-unquote pro day, his workout, for his interviews and things like that. What I know you are doubting with a lot of GMs and personnel around this league. How do you feel about the attendance at his pro day and how many teams, maybe what round would he potentially go in the supplemental draft?
Yeah, so the supplemental draft is basically like you bid for a guy, and it's you say what draft round you would want him, and it's kind of a blind bidding, and it's hasn't been interesting in years. This is one of the most fascinating cases for a prospect because he had no intention of going pro. He was supposed to return and go to Texas Tech this year. Is coming out. So now scouts have to, if they are interested, have to scramble and watch all his film and look at it from an NFL lens. And oh yeah, by the way, is he going to be facing a major suspension from the NFL if you do spend a supplemental draft pick on him? So we haven't heard from Roger, and I think everyone's looking at the commissioner right now and saying, we need some guidance here before July 10th. We're going to deploy our scouts and we're going to really go into this thing. The fact of the matter is this. These NFL players who are caught gambling, they miss a full year of football. And I look at Calvin Ridley, who was a Pro Bowl, all-pro wide receiver, missed a full year, was not allowed in the facility, okay? That was kind of the precedent that was made. However, we have now been years from that. Is there a different bending or softening of the rules for a player that's coming in with something and didn't do it as a professional? I look at marijuana, and I say that as a statement you could put on. I look at marijuana, but I look at marijuana 20 years ago. It was like, gosh, if a player had something with weed in college, there was no chance an NFL team was going to take them. And now it's like we don't even look at it in the same lens. We don't even test at some point. So is this that now with the gambling? And do we penalize this young man from having a career because of the gambling suspension? Or is it, hey, we have to look at this in a different lens because of where we are as a country and with sports and with all our partners, with how we do the, sports wagering, whatever it is. So fascinating case. You're kind of planting a flag here as the NFL on how we're going to handle these. And oh, by the way, one last thing. If he does have an addiction to sports gambling, which is still a possibility, I know he's gone and gotten treatment, that will be picked up right away if he places a bet on DraftKings or FanDuel. Whereas if you come in with an alcohol problem or you come in with someone who uses illicit drugs, you might not be able to detect that right away. And that can go under the radar and you can do that in privacy and not being tested every day for it. if you place a bet on FanDuel and you're Sorsby, or you place a bet on DraftKings or Fanatics or wherever you do it, the NFL is monitoring it, and you will be penalized right away. So it's a very tight rope and a thin wire, and I'm fascinated to see how the NFL handles this.
That was not me that said that. That was Conman that said that. But
Fanatics team.
DraftKings is where. But we do not want anybody who has a problem gambling at DraftKings, only 21 plus, responsibly. And also there is I believe there is an app which calls into question what Ron Slavin, the attorney for Sorsby, said on WFAN, I think. No, the Dallas one.
Okay. FAAN, yes.
Yeah, The Fan. Sorry, jeez.
Yep.
The Fan, W Fan, A Fan.
So many of them.
But they're always on your side, and they're all great. I like local radio. I'm from Pittsburgh. There's a lot of local radio. I respect local radio and appreciate local radio. But Slavin goes on and says, the people who I feel worse for besides Brennan is Texas Tech. I think where they messed up was they talked too much. If anybody should be questioned or be catching heat, it should be Cincinnati, because they knew for 2 years and never said anything. That's a huge accusation for an attorney to be, or agent, lawyer, person to be saying. That's a huge statement to be saying there. So obviously we'll continue to follow that, but there's something that college athletes have to have on their phone. I think it's called Prohibit. Yep. And it is basically, it tracks any gambling app that you download onto your phone. So they can literally see allegedly, they can see everything through this Prohibit. And I think the teams all have access to it so I think that's where the conversation starts coming. Like, if he did make 60,000 bets or whatever it was, like, was he doing it under other names? Because then they said when he went to Texas, because they didn't have sports gambling there, he was having other people do it. Because if he was doing it under his name on his app on his phone, allegedly there's something that's supposed to be able to catch that. Who had the information that was caught? Were they withholding the information from anybody from helping them? That's the whole next step in this thing, is how do we catch these types of situations before they become runaway trains at 60,000 bets, as opposed to catching it early, which I think a lot of the platforms have now. I mean, if I lose a bet where I go max unit on, I have to watch a video. I have to do 3 check marks. I have to say, I don't want to suspend my account. They would you like to lower your limits? Like, there's a lot of things that just DraftKings is doing to me whenever America loses to Italy in the World Baseball Classic.
Nice,
okay?
T-Row.
Yeah, when America loses to Italy as minus 5,400 or whatever it was, favorites, and I max bet on that, the next time I logged into DraftKings, there was a full, hey, you have to watch this video before you go any further. And it's like a full thing. So it's interesting because with where we are with the technology, and you mentioned marijuana being kind of a metaphor for this type of situation. The only difference is, like, marijuana has medicinal purposes, and it's obviously been studied in stats. It's been around for a long time, where I don't think sports gambling has that. But I think what you're saying is the softening of the view upon the doing of it is what you're saying.
We could use a different one. How about Terrell Pryor getting tattoos in college and then being thrown the book? And now it's like, that'd be a better analogy than maybe the marijuana. But like, now there's been a softening
the view, like the view of it, like the automatic judgment of like this, because it did sound like this guy had a problem.
Oh yeah,
like it sounded like he had a real problem. And I assume, to Ron Slavin's point, I assume somebody had to have known that it was all happening.
What would be the level of concern too if you are a team? Obviously, maybe some blowback of you signing, but even him, like, I guess, relapsing, for lack of a better term, but going back, because if anybody knows addicts, you have the prohibit, you have to stick, but you find a way around those type of things, and you go to any lengths of that. Hopefully, that's not the case with Sorsby, and he got the help that he needed. But I would be
a year off too.
Yeah, I would be interested
at least,
to know
probably.
how much. And I don't believe the 32 teams thing. I know that's something we say, but I don't believe that. But he is a talented kid who had a first round grade, who has the tools, and I hope he does get an opportunity. I think this was the right move. I think he could have did this and kind of help Texas Tech out a little bit, not to look like absolute goofballs, but I hope it does pan out well for Sorsby.
Yeah, it did happen to Patriots wide receiver Kayshon Boutte. Like, he wrote an entire Players Tribune about his gambling addiction at LSU, and I think he was projected first-round pick the year before all this stuff happens. He ends up being a sixth-round pick, and him explaining just the process of, like, hey, every time I woke up from, whether I was taking a nap, going to bed, the first thing I'm doing is opening my phone and check in whatever gambling app it is. So like it is a very serious addiction, but to Darius' point, like addiction is a daily thing. Like that isn't something where it's like, yeah, I beat it. It's like, no, if you're addicted to something, every single day you're just trying to last.
Okay, so David Payne Purdom. Can we see who this guy is first? Who is this?
I think he's a sports
ESPN betting.
ESPN betting. Cincinnati's knowledge of Brendan Sorsby's gambling stems from an alert the school received in August 2024 showing Sorsby attempted to access fantasy site Prize Picks. According to court documents, the school questioned Sorsby after the alert and was told that he was denied access to Prize Picks and had not placed any wagers. UC says it did not receive any additional alerts related to Sorsby during his 2 seasons. Okay, so then there's something not malfunctioning. Then there's something not working.
Well, and that also, like, you still probably need to do your due diligence. You know, if a guy gets, if what we know now, like, it's very easy to just kind of wipe your hand. Well, he didn't get into it, so that we're done with that. We're good.
On your starting quarterback.
Yeah, but also there is a lot of things to Cincinnati's defense. They would say there's a lot of things in that are supposed to tell us whenever this happens. So a crazy situation, precedential setting situation, and we'll see if Roger Goodell approves. That's how that works. Goodell just got to say, yeah, we're doing it, or no, we're not doing it.
Yeah, the league office will dictate whether there is or not and how they want to handle this, and we haven't heard yet. So we shall see. I think that's the last remaining big piece of news, and it just kind of came up, and we always get news in the offseason that just spurs up. But that's one that I know all the league executives are looking at. And it's not necessarily about Sorsby. It's about the situation at hand, and they know that this will be not the first case of a young man who's going through some sports gambling stuff as a college student.
Good luck out there, Goodell. How about Commissioner having to call Sorsby into the office? All right, tell me about it from the beginning. Sits down. I want to hear about everything from Indiana until now. And then he walks out of there. I don't know what I'm going to do. Good luck. See ya. And then what? Goodell decides whether or not he opens it up. The application process ends on Monday. The league office can certainly say that they're investigating, turning over every stone. That gives them at least another week, right? So then that's the next Monday. Then, they can say, we're still trying to figure out some last thing. They technically have a couple weeks here, right? Don't you think the same thing? But the July 10th date, I guess, all of a sudden becomes the deadline for Roger Goodell?
Yes, and training camp follows right thereafter. So it's like once football starts, are we really dragging this on into that? And I don't know if I know the NFL well. They're not looking to start off back together weekend with the NFL with Brendan Sorsby gambling talk.
Jeez, it's crazy. All right, we appreciate the hell out of you, ladies and gentlemen. That's Peter Schrager. Enjoy New York. Enjoy New York, brother. Enjoy New York. What were you going to say there, Connor? At the end?
And then, so let's say, the league decides, hey, we're not doing the supplemental draft, which I think we all assume they might. Does then he roll over to next year? Does he become a free agent? Like, how does that work?
I'm telling you this, and I've asked this question multiple times just strictly because I know how old some of the people are that work in the NFL. And that's not a slanderous old, but I am talking old people have their way of thinking. That's why the saying is like old dog, new tricks.
How old? You were in the office. How old? We talk like politician old or like?
No, you're talking about in football. I'm like the owners.
Office.
There's some old.
Oh, the owners. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like NFL offices or
that too. Like there's some people that have been around the league for 30 years, 40 years, working jobs that aren't owners. Like just been with franchises that have been around a long time, who take a lot of pride in what the league has become and has been there a long time.
Shield.
And have some influence. Even though they're not the one per club, they have been around it for as long as they've been at different buildings, whether it's executive this, president this, chief of this, whatever it is. They've been around for a long time in all these buildings. It's like they're the gambling on the game thing. It is
as serious as you can get.
Yeah, it really is because nobody wants that to be associated with their brand. So nobody wants that to be. I mean, look at the Black Sox. I mean, that's forever. Pete Rose's name is forever. Now, this is not that situation because he did not gamble on any games in which he participated. Okay, that is, I guess, documented and out there. So that needs to be kind of understood. He was gambling on Fiji taking on
Turkish basketball,
something and stuff. So clearly was just like gambling on anything that he possibly could. Smaller bets, so maybe it's not as what he was clearly addicted to it. But there is the Indiana situation where he's on the team. So it's like, is that enough to piss off these olds who have influence around the league to be like, we're gonna take a stand if you let this in? I don't think that's the case. I think Roger will say, "Yep, run the supplemental draft and then let the teams decide." I think he will want the teams to decide if they think it's good or not. And if a team puts in a bid, they can easily say, well, this team was going to do it, so we did it. So I think it's like It's a fascinating case study here on how this all goes.
And I mean, it's a different league, but like the NBA has just gone through this. Like the NBA, we talked about probably for 2 weeks with all the gambling and poker situations they just had. So like there has been a massive spotlight on it, but it does feel like because the NFL has been through it with their players, we just mentioned Calvin Ridley and Rodgers and some other guys, like eventually he should be able to be in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, fresh out of an absolute destruction of a human being on the front yard of the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, your undisputed lightweight champion of the world, who has fought professionally 33 times, 28-5 record, currently on a 3-fight win streak, including pummeling the faces of everybody. This past Sunday night in Washington, D.C., the man he was fighting against, who just days before that said that he was going to punch his head off, quit because this man was beating him up so bad. Ladies and gentlemen, great American, Justin Gaethje.
Yay! Gaethje! Let's go.
What's up, man?
What's up?
I guess we'll call you Mr. King now, right? Because that was Elio was calling himself Mr. King last week. We'll call you Mr. King. How does it feel? That was legendary.
I feel like a king. I'm not going to lie, but I'm no king.
Okay, so I like that you think that you're no king. You're humble enough, obviously, which is why I think we all have fallen in love with not only your fighting style, but your fighting story. Whenever you're in there and you're leaving the Oval Office and you're trying to read whatever language that was that they wrote the Declaration of Independence in, I like that you were so truthful, too. Like, I'll tell you what. Well, go ahead.
Hey, anybody pulls that up, it's not this. It's like we're literally living in idiocracy. It's like, the way they used to talk was obviously the correct way, and we just think they sound special.
Well, I do like that we have evolved their language into what we have now. And obviously our country starts there. And then now we're at 250 years old, almost at least. And we're showcasing the White House in a manner that it's never been showcased before. I think a lot of people learned about the White House. I think a lot of people saw it in a much different light than it's ever been seen. For you, what was it like representing your country there in that moment and obviously coming out with a win?
Yeah, in hindsight, all the theatrics and everything, you just made it so much more spectacular. I mean, you could not write a movie to match, what we did and the show that we put on. The quality of the theatrics was absolutely insane. I mean, it was all, I didn't really get to, again, when I'm getting ready for fights, like I'm not acknowledging things like that because those things can't help me or, they can only hurt me when I become distracted about the room that I'm in. Like it's not going to help me. I was so focused on being so perfect for that night. And really, I mean, me succeeding that night, I mean, just the farther back into my career you go, the more special this whole thing really is. And it's just incredible to have had the opportunity to do it online, do it on a stage like that with the production that it came with. I mean, it just made it all so much more special. Yeah, it's insane. It's a crazy life.
Yeah, it's crazy life. It's an awesome life, champ. Hey, undisputed, baby. Come
Hell
on.
yeah.
Go.
Come on.
Yesterday my dad asked me, he's like, how's it feel, waking up first time being a champion? And I was like, I haven't even thought about it. And then I was, sat there and thought about it. And yeah, it's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
it's just insane.
King of the world, even though you don't really view it that way. Now let's talk about the second backflip that you went for. Obviously landed the one off the top of the cage, got a great shot in front of the White House. Sit flip. Go again. And then obviously almost break your neck. Yeah. I know wrestlers do.
No, come on, boys. That's Newton's first law. Just got to stay in motion. I'm the best. I'm the best faller on the mountain. When I go snowboarding, you see me do all kinds of tucks and rolls, and I'm back on my feet. Like I was just rolling out of it.
Okay, of course, yeah. And I know your wrestlers do a lot of
first law.
I know your wrestlers. Yeah, I'm thankful that you're quoting Newton here on the show. And objects in motion stay in motion. But that photo right there, filthy. Obviously, that should be framed everywhere in a moment that'll be remembered forever. Let's talk about something else that'll be remembered forever. Whenever I, as non-combat sport diehard fan, but certainly person that watches fights. Okay, I watch fights, but I don't really know the ins and outs of everything. I don't know the history. I apologize for that. But you think Mike Tyson, boom, this guy's got heavy fucking hands. Okay? This guy's got heavy hands. That's an immediate thought. I do believe that we as a society will start thinking of you as a man who has The heaviest hands of all like, have you always just had hammers? Like, how do you kind of explain the amount of power that goes through your fist? Like, is it your technique? Is it always, like, what do you think it is? Because you pound, Gaethje, you pound people's faces. I mean, you absolutely dismantle people's faces, and it's so powerful. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, one word describes it all, and it's timing. And the more you watch the sport, the more you can maybe grasp the concept of that. But creating angles, but sending direct lines of energy through in straight lines through their body and through their face. When you see my face and it's not messed up, you're like, oh, something's wrong with the skin. It's really not that. It's if you watch frame by frame when he's like, I am constantly dissipating the energy that he's trying to send in straight lines, and they're all coming off and glancing off of my body, and that is the timing that I have. I've said it. If you go back to my early interviews, my A to B is unmatched, and when I can lock in and be cerebral, then and I'm in danger, then my body does crazy things, and I'm able to be so technical and intuitive and cerebral with my actions and my emotions. It's happening so fast. We're like computers processing codes, and you're constantly making adjustments. And what really happened, I was able to reset his feet every 1 to 2 seconds. I was very diligent about it, and I fought a perfect fight. And he was completely caught off guard. He was not expecting it. That obviously is another part of this whole game, is the expectations. I've said it many times. I don't go in with the expectations, so that way I can never, be surprised. And that's just the way I compete. And, he took the opposite approach. And I said it before on your show, when we go to 2, when we go to 3, you're going to be in hell. And that's where he was.
Oh. Okay, so you talk, just so clean. You talk about your A to B line energy through him, and then you're talking about you reset his feet every 1 to 2 seconds or whatever it is. Are you moving him into places so you can get direct lines of shot, and does he not even know that you're moving him into places? Because I've tried to do jiu-jitsu a couple times, and what I realized is everything they're doing is trying to get me in a position and do something else to me. So they're like, oh, I'm getting my rib cage fingered right now. I don't like that, but I'm moving like this just a little bit. As soon as I move like this, bang, they sneak me over here. And it's like, are you walking people into your punches without them knowing it?
Yeah, and that's why their face is so messed up, because I'm creating those angles and taking advantage of those half beats. Everything happens, everything in life, all the fights, it's in a specific beat. It's pop, pop, pop. If you can pop them and catch them halfway between, then, that is the game. That's the game that I'm playing in there the whole time. And it's so scientific, and it's so artistic, and it's so hard to see with the human eye. Even, all the years that I've done this, nobody has grasped the concept that there's a method to the madness, a method to the chaos, and I'm creating situations, and that's how I fight.
Yeah, you're an expert, brother, and now you're the world champ for good reason, and the world got to see it. Made a foreign lad throw in the towel in the front lawn of the White House on America's 250th birthday. Yeah. That's a huge thing. It was very late. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch it live. Okay, while you're trying to read that Declaration of Independence, I fell asleep. Okay, it was during your walk.
Sorry, I was alive for you, baby.
Yes, you were, for all of us, brother. We watched it the next morning. It was awesome, dude. It was electrifying. The event, obviously spectacular. Great way for it to wrap up with you. You should be the main event of every fight. We should say you have a 6-month ban from fighting for medical. Basically, you're not allowed to fight for 6 months. I think professionally, is that accurate?
I already fought twice this year, and very rarely do you get me twice in 1 year. So there's very, very, very small chance that I would ever consider fighting this year again.
Okay, on that note, go ahead, Connor.
What I put myself through.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, and hey, I just want to let you know, anytime you walk out there, know that as we're watching your little psycho genius ass walk to the octagon, we're like, there's about to be a fucking war. That's about, hey, we all know what's about to happen.
No, I've said it. I feel it. I feel it every single time I fight. When I fight, I feel the energy change in the whole arena, and I know that it happens. I've been to so many fights. Very rarely does that happen, but every single time I walk out, everybody knows something. They're going to feel something they did not. That they dream. They dreamed to feel tonight,
Yes.
and I'm going to give them to that.
Did
Give that to them.
Did you hear the G7 summit? Did you hear President talking to, I don't know who the other leaders were, but they were talking about the fight. That's how they were starting the meeting, by the way. Common ground, sports becoming common ground, which is a beautiful thing in this entire thing. And President Trump brought up, he said, the last 2 fights, guys are supposed to lose. And then boom. And then the other side, they're like, that last guy. It was like you're potentially bringing some world peace around here with beating the hell out of other people.
Man, I can't tell you how thankful I am to God for just giving me the opportunity to do something like this. It's been crazy.
This face right here, okay? You're just every part of my face is punchable to you. Like where would you be trying to knock me out of me? Because I virtual reality box. I need a little heads up. I'm right. Where are you? You're coming. Boom, bang, pow. What are you trying?
I'm always sending shots at your neck, because anytime a human wants to get out of the way of danger, they go, and so I'm always aiming at your neck, because no matter when you flinch, when you hesitate, when you think, your head's gonna go straight to your neck, your chin.
Protect your neck.
Okay, so I'm gonna break your face or your hands with my jaw.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna not duck. Okay, so as you go at my neck, I'm gonna hit your fist with.
I can give you one shot. I'll give you some cauliflower ear.
I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Hey, Gaethje, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, so people are thinking about maybe retirement. Never, right?
Oh, my spirit will never retire, boys. I created that on Sunday.
I like that. You're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, world champ, Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, Gaethje. Think about getting some cauliflower, you know. That's a clear sign of like
surgery.
Not fucking with that dude.
Yeah, I do like that. Basically, everybody on earth understands that now.
Oh yeah.
Now they understand. I think there was a time before UFC was big though that you could walk around with a couple wrestlers.
Ultimate Fighter really helped that.
Yeah, and people didn't know what was about to happen. Hey, look at that little short little guy. Hey, what's going on, little buddy? How's it going, buddy? And a whoop, bang, bang, bang. Oh my God! These guys put on garbage bags and are trying to puke all day, every day in high school while we're doing everything else. Wrestlers are a different animal.
Yeah.
Fighters are a different animal.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not going to act like perfect humans. Okay?
Most of the time.
All the time. Yeah. If you have the trait to go in there gladiator-wise, you're not going to be a perfect human. Now, obviously, we are striving for everybody to be, but there's going to be some bad decisions made in the fight game. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some bad decisions that come out of the fight game. Gaethje seems to be his deep-thinking fighter. I love everything about him. All right, joining us now is a man I love everything about, too. Mm-hmm. He's been a British correspondent for a while. Mm-hmm. It has been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Years.
Quite some time.
Long time, actually.
He came on about darts.
Yeah, he did.
Which I'm sure he has a take on.
Oh, who's our world champ, by the way?
Premier League champ, back-to-back. Luke Littler.
Oh, did he tell us that, or was he kind of a Luke Littler hater earlier?
I think he was a Van Gogh and guy.
Was a bit of a Van Gogh and Gogh and Price, maybe.
And then he was over at the tennis, right, with the
Wimbledon,
with the Guinness. Mm-hmm. Okay, obviously.
And Hannah Waddingham.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ted Lasso.
Ladies and gentlemen, our British correspondent, a man who's been riding ponies in Texas, a man who's took a trip to the sun and has come back in America for the English World Cup, fresh off a massive dub for the Lions over there. Is it coming home? To tell us, ladies and gentlemen, Nigel Seeley.
Yeah, Nigel!
Good morning, guys. Thank you very much for having me. How are you?
Hey, Nigel, life is good. Where are you at? What part of the country are you in right now? And how has the trip been?
I'm in Arlington, Texas, and I'm heading to the airport now to go to Boston, where I'm going to go to the Scotland match tomorrow to see the Tartan Army. And then I'll be heading to watch England play their second group game against Ghana. So the tournament, yesterday and the day before was stuff for dreams, honestly. Only sport can bring these kind of things together, where people from different cultures, people from different walks of life can come together. I went to the stockyards. I saw cattle ranch. I've never seen that. I see cowboys everywhere. And I don't think they've ever seen 250 Brits drinking 25 cans of lager and singing Sweet Caroline. It was just beautiful.
What was their reaction to you as your reaction to the rodeo? Is this your first rodeo, or is this not your first rodeo?
It's my first rodeo, and that was an experience as well. I think there was more English supporters there in that crowd rather than any of the actual die-hard rodeo fans. But I mean, this is my 7th World Cup, though. This is my 7th major tournament following England. I'm not a member of a gym. I know it's probably a surprise that you think I'm not a member of a gym. I'm not a member of a golf club, but this is my hobby. I travel the world watching England football team play in the hope and the big hope and the optimism that one day we can win something in my lifetime. I'm 53 next week, and we've come close, but we've never done it. And it's the hope that kills you in this game. So hopefully we can do something about it. But it's only one game. We've got a long way to go yet.
Okay, so obviously you having a good time down there at the Stockyard. That is a place that even us as Americans go down there and say, this is awesome.
Incredible.
You know, you got cows walking down the street. You got horses, longhorns walking through there. I mean, it is, you could buy any belt buckle, any cowboy boot, and I think any bull that you want to buy down in that area. Beautiful people, beautiful culture, and you can even get on top of one of those things. Now, maybe not Zito. You remember that?
Yeah,
come on.
It is difficult.
There was two.
Her
name was Rudy.
Tip to tip.
We walk up there, 3 of us. There's 2 of them. Okay. Bull actually goes to Zito or whatever, and then the person holding the thing was like, "You two could definitely get on, yes," and just like kind of quickly like.
And it was sweet.
And Zito just like kind of stood there and like, "I'll take the photo." Zito said, or whatever they.
It's a Dahn Kennywood situation.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. But this was livestock, and the stock itself spoke. And the roller coaster couldn't speak the bone, but the bull itself looked just did a thing, and it was unbelievable. But it is a special place. I like what's happening in America. I like foreigners coming and enjoying more than just New York and LA. On that note, Connor has a question for you, Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel, you said this is your 7th World Cup. As far as the internet goes, seeing it from afar, is this the most united you've kind of seen fans experience the World Cup? Because we've seen people from Japan experience in Mexico and Texas, just like yourself. Freddie has taken over the internet, of course, from Germany. How would you kind of rate that as far as, things that have happened at previous World Cups from a fan experience perspective?
Well, it's actually only my 2nd World Cup. I've been to 5 European Championships, so it's my 7th major tournament. I think the different part of this one is that it's cost a lot of money for people to come here. So the flight's a lot of money. You've got to commute across the vast country. Your ticket prices are expensive. I think everybody just come with the idea, I'm going to have fun. When you're spending that kind of money, you just want to go and enjoy it, live it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The American people have been absolutely fantastic from the moment we landed, even to like the security at the airport. Usually those people are quite grumpy and quite miserable, but they were welcoming everybody in. The whole atmosphere everywhere I've been has been everybody's embraced this tournament. We were drinking last night with some Croatian fans. They got beat. They were happy. They weren't happy, but the better side won. There's no ill feeling. Everybody's just enjoying themselves. The colour of the World Cup is just tremendous. The different cultures, everybody embracing it, and I think so far the American hosts have been amazing. The stadium yesterday is the first time I've been to the Dallas Stadium. Incredible stadium, absolutely blown away by that. And just from the moment we got here, it's just been it's ticked every box, and for me, it's definitely been the best major football tournament I've ever been to.
Well, we're incredibly lucky and thankful that you all are here in our country experiencing it. We're lucky that it's happening right now, and to be clear, we're catching the fever too, just alongside everybody else. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Nigel, obviously England gets a huge one yesterday against Croatia, so we don't need to talk. We know you're a homer. We know how much you love the Three Lions and how you feel about them. But you have mocked us every single time you've come on the show about Team USA and the U.S. men's national team. After their 4-1 win against Paraguay and how good they looked, how does the world, how does outside of U.S. look at the U.S. men's national team right now? Because
we're winning the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, bitch.
Hey, it's unbelievable. We win.
It's staying home.
It's unbelievable. We are so good.
I think up until yesterday, the USA were the most impressive team in the tournament. Up until yesterday's second half, they were the most impressive team in the tournament. It doesn't surprise him, actually. I know. I laugh with you, Pat, when we've been on here before, and you was going to tell me that you're going to win the World Cup. But you've got the best chance ever. I mean, home advantage in major football tournaments is absolutely massive. Never underestimate home advantage. And I know he hasn't got a lot of credit over his period of time, and he's been in and out of love with the American public. But in Pochettino, you have a proper world-class manager and a real world-class class manager, a guy who knows how to win things, a guy who's been in World Cups himself as a player for Argentina. He's been in Champions League finals. And for the first time, you have a team of 11 players or 15 players of half of your squad who are actually based in Europeans' top flight clubs. So you're going to be one of the fittest. You're going to like the conditions. You're going to get, and as the tournament goes on, the momentum behind the US national team is going to be huge. Realistically, I feel quarterfinals minimum for Team USA. They've got to get to the quarter minimum. And I think, and all you need in them quarterfinals, one bit of luck, one penalty decision, one VAR, a PK shootout that just goes your favour. And you never know. It could be England v America in New York in the final.
And guess what? You're going home. Going home. I love to hear that from you. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got to see my reaction there while you were giving that take. You have never given me an inch on the United States soccer team. For good reason, by the way. Turns out the boys were frauds earlier.
Yeah,
they just needed this next generation to come in and I think mature a little bit. It feels like we're a mature team at this point too, even though we're younger at this stage.
But you're an ex-professional sports player, Pat. I think it's all about the coach. I think for the first time, I think England have got a very realistic chance of winning this tournament because I think the upgrade from Gareth Southgate, our manager, to Thomas Tuchel is such an upgrade. You only saw what he did yesterday at half-time and changed that game around. He gave a speech, a motivational speech, which the players, Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, you wouldn't have got that from their reaction was so impressed with him. And I think the US national team have a proper coach. I mean, I would take Pochettino as the England manager prior to Tuchel. He's that good in my opinion.
Nobody can have him. AC Milan can't have him either.
Nope. They got a new gaffer.
Good. Ponch is staying. Okay? That needs to happen, and so are you, hopefully, Nigel. Enjoy your travels up to Boston. We thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks very much for having me on, guys. All the very best, and go on, keep going. USA v England final. New York, baby. Come on.
U.S. wins the World Cup. Yeah. Come on, baby. Nigel Seeley.
That would be seen.
Hey, so not to just put over the people that we know, Nigel and Gumpy probably the two best footies.
Yeah.
Handicappers. I don't want to say on
Nigel's a gooner, right?
I don't know. I don't know if he's a gunner or a gooner.
Are you sure, Gumps?
I'm 100% sure Nigel is no gooner.
If it's England versus USA, they got to move it to Jamestown in Virginia.
All right. Just for the good of everything.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, hour two will be on the other side. We have a massive moment for an incredible stud high school football player. And then Mike Tirico will join us as well. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life.
You know what? I think there's only one thing left to do here. I've experienced cafecito time. I've experienced the wonderful culture. I've experienced the beautiful people, and I think we got some Canes over here. We got some Canes over here. We got some Canes over here. This day in Coral Gables is going to be one that I will remember for the rest of my life. Ray Lewis started his dance right here at Miami. Ed Reed started his legendary run here at Miami. The legends of football run deep. The moments are special. The national championships are in abundance. Just last year, a lovely University of Miami woman diver from Italy won a national championship. This thing's been staring at me all damn day.
You're out of your mind, brother. This is crazy.
Kirk, I'm a little winded.
That's what I was going to say. You talked the whole time you were running. I'm giving you a chance to catch your breath, you son of a bitch. You're crazy.
I hope somebody got a lifesaver over there. Is there a lot of something? My man's out of breath. It is a long way to the top.
Are you going to jump in your suit? Are you going to jump in that
my God. Yeah, so
I'm tired for you. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to take the jacket off. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's taking the shirt off now.
Okay. All right.
Looking ripped.
Yeah,
looking ripped.
fit.
Oh, he's taking the drawers off.
Ladies and gentlemen. The pants.
Not the drawers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you come to this beautiful campus, you will notice quickly that the students here love this university. They love this atmosphere. And I'm with everybody. I think the U is back. Give me.
He's got the speed on. Oh my God.
Give me the.
Canes, baby. Here it goes. Oh God. Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together. I think that was the lead also for the Pacer. And he's got the U. Rushing it out. Oh my God. McAfee with the refreshing plunge. Miami and Florida tonight. Let's have a look at that.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You ping!
Stop! Damn it!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this U.S. Open Thursday, June 18, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now. Sports are the greatest. It's not just me up here. Obviously, I get a chance to chat about sports every day with a great group of guys. Let's go to the Talks table at Boston Connor and Ty shit right now, right?
Yeah, he ate healthy today, and we know how that goes with Ty. When he eats healthy, it just never agrees with his body.
I do hope that one day he'll make a good decision eating-wise, and it won't punish him.
He's just got to eat like shite.
That's kind of good. Goes in, supposed to come out.
Yeah, clean shot.
9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler. One half of the hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone is here. You know, because like my dad, for instance, whenever he was starting to get in shape, you know, he would openly go out of his way to tell you, like, had a salad last night, I shit all night, so I'm trying. It's not. You know, it becomes like a reason to not do good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yesterday I had 3 Red Bulls and I had some fried Oreos and chicken tenders and a quesadilla late night.
Feel good.
Then I also had some ice cream, and it was great. And then I wake up and I'm good, you know? And now, granted, people say I have some sort of stomach problem, but I feel good.
I feel fine.
Hey, had a lettuce last night, had a salad because you guys are all super geniuses and I'm supposed to take care of myself. And I dumped all over myself all night. It always seems to happen. I don't like that it happens because for Ty, we would like him to try more vegetables more often, but it does feel like it's problematic for this guy's asshole to do that.
Yep. Yeah, he said right when we went to break, spicy broccoli. I had to get spicy broccoli today, and now it's just eating me up inside.
That's that's a part of the body, though. You know, like
exactly.
The human aspect of this entire thing is pretty crazy because Ty's brain tells him he needs to IV Red Bull in him. You know, and that's just not the best, I guess, for some humans.
Had a graveyard up here. He must have just cleaned it out. He had 4 or 5 of them up here yesterday after the show. So I don't know. He must be turning over a new leaf. But this is how it goes.
We will certainly send somebody in to make sure he didn't fall in here in a matter of moments because this is a little bit alarming how long he's been in there.
I heard it. It was violent.
I just heard it. Sounded like an explosion. I hope that wasn't Ty, but
could be Ty. Joining us now live from Manhattan, Ohio. We will keep you updated on that particular situation. We have obviously had these types of situations in the past. We do not know the severity of this particular one. If Ty is back in the next 5 minutes, I think that would be good. If it's longer than 5, I think we should send Mid in there with a splunking light and a scuba mask to go see what
stinks
there he is. There he is.
There he is. Attaboy, Ty.
Good gate. Good gate.
You look
light.
Looks
light. He looks light.
Kind of dragging there a little bit at the end. Was scared to really open it up, I think. Let's not go too different.
Yeah. That was a fatal miscalculation. I thought I had time, but
You know, I will inform you guys that I have been reelected as the mayor of Butt Piss City.
Okay.
So
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Back on were you running unopposed, or was there someone else?
I was in there last
I was going to say, I know, you may have been the incumbent, but
D-Bone always as well.
Well, yeah.
Oh, holy hell, congrats. You've been in this title before.
I know, and it's been
You've
a while.
been there before.
And it honestly, I mean, I think I still got, another term in me at some point.
Gray pants.
Yeah, I know. What are you going to do? I haven't had toxic sludge like that in quite some time, but well, I'm not going to put that the restaurant out there because I've had it every day this week and it is delicious and it's actually healthy. But I think that's part of the
we were talking
a lot
about
of greens in there, whatnot.
Yeah, of course.
But
Health.
you guys
can smell it
You guys
from
know
here.
you guys know Scotcheroos.
What's that?
Scotcheroos. It's like the Rice Krispies that just has like a layer of chocolate over top. It basically look like a sheet cake.
Okay, nice.
I don't think I've ever had a shit like that, and I've had damn near every single kind there is. You talk hot snakes.
All right.
You name it.
We're happy you're back, man.
Thank you. Sorry, I really
I thought he was going to talk about food that he ate.
No, spicy broccoli though. You got to watch for it. It will get you.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who is.
Sounded like mortars.
As long as it's moving.
I'm happy you're okay.
Bunghole on
We're very
fire.
worried. We're very worried about you. Legit. You missing the call. You missed the bell.
No, I know. And I thought I actually stood up to come back out here.
All right, okay.
No. Sit back. Sit your ass down.
Smart.
Listen to the body.
Yeah, you gotta
Joining
know
us
yourself.
now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Manhattan, Ohio. He's a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion. It's great to see him back.
It is.
For now.
AJ Hawk.
Got a baby hog.
And we thought we lost him. Obviously, he's still good, which is great news, and happy to hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, every once in a while, we get a chance to be a part of a historic day for folks. AJ, good to see you, by the way.
Great to see you. Congrats on re-election for Ty.
We were all pretty proud of him.
Yeah.
We knew he was running for something. We didn't know that was it again because we had seen him in this title and position before, and it is entertaining for us, for sure.
Yeah.
But he's going through it, and we need to remember that as we laugh in his face and potentially at his actions. But, AJ, every once in a while we get a chance to be a part of some magical days for folks. We get a chance to celebrate the hell out of the future generation of sports. We get a chance to let a university know that they are picking up an absolute baller. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another superstar commitment.
It's a big day for some big names. Locking in the play in some big games.
It's a big day for some big names. Locking in the play in some big games.
Where you going next? Recruiting is like chess. Got a 4D if you wanna be the best. Announce it on the show. Oh, where you gonna go? Oh, everybody waiting, they all wanna know. 'Cause it's a big day for some big names. Locking in the play in some big games.
It's a big day for some big names. Locking in the play in some big games.
Ladies and gentlemen, who's going where next? We shall find out. A man who is a Jesuit Tiger down there in Tampa, Florida. Wears the number 1, plays outside linebacker, is also on kickoff coverage, and I think if you were to throw him the ball, he'd be able to score. An absolute stud. 6'2", 220 pounds. Number 1 outside linebacker in the country, Caden Henderson. How are you, Caden? Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Hold on. It's on us, Caden. We can't hear you. You look good, though. If it means anything. Mom, you look amazing. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. We got you now.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us, Caden and family. We are so appreciative that we get a part of this magical day for you. And Caden, we're watching your highlights. First of all, you on kickoff coverage seems unfair, but I want to let you know I appreciate you doing that for the team. You're
Just for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's keep doing that for the rest of this, for the kickers out there. But it feels like your instincts are outrageous, your speed, incredible, your power, everything like that. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey to today? When did you start becoming this force of nature on the football field, and how has the recruiting trail kind of led you to today, Caden?
Yeah, it's been great. I got my first offer of January, my freshman year. I'm sitting here today with 52, so it's really been a blessing. I've been around all over the country. You know, my parents been, take me all over. So I've seen everywhere. But today I know where home is, so I'm excited for that.
Congratulations on getting to your decision. We'll come to that in a matter of moments. You have your dad, Randy, next to you, your mom, Desiree. Sister, I assume, is that sister?
Sister.
What's her name?
Kendall.
He said just sister.
Okay, hey, okay, all right, that's on me. I don't know what the hell just happened, but I love everything that's going on over there. Congratulations to your parents, Caden. Congratulations to your family. Congratulations to your school. And if you want to let the world know where you're going to be taking your football talent to next, we'd love to hear it, brother. Congrats on all of it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So first and foremost, I just want to thank God, just for giving me here all the gifts He's given me, and I know for the future what He has in store for me. Next, I want to thank my parents and my family, my sister, just for pouring into me as a young man, really just giving me all the traits that that I have today. I want to thank everybody for coming here today. You guys have to take your time and be here. But with that being said, I just want to thank my coach, Coach Palmer, all the coaches out here that you guys have poured into me. So with that being said, for the next 3 or 4 years, I'll be taking my talents to Texas A&M University.
Whoa! Hey, congratulations to the family, to Caden, to Texas A&M, to Coach Elko, to the boys down there in College Station. We love it down there. We absolutely love it down there. Caden, can you tell me why you picked Texas A&M to be your next home for football? And to be clear, we did not know there was and I don't think a lot of people knew necessarily where Caden was headed to. Why Texas A&M, and what led you to this pick?
Yeah, I think it was the best place for me and my family. I think I have a great relationship with the staff. Shout out Darius, Joyner, T-Well, everybody on the staff. But I think it starts out with Elko. He's a great coach. I think he's building something special in College Station. The dynasty, and I definitely want to be a part of it. I think you can see it from, across all websites. We're #1 recruiting class, and definitely something I want to be a part of. I think Coach T, the linebacker coach, is going to pour into me, and it really just helped me flourish, get to my ultimate goal, the NFL, and be a first-round pick.
Well, to the entire family, obviously we've got a chance to go down there and see it and experience it. They're going to welcome you in there. They're going to give you everything you possibly could need to have a great experience, and go take a run at that national championship, Caden. You're the man. Thank you for letting us be a part of this, and congratulations, Caden.
Hey.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, I like that setup. You see the balloons there?
Perfect. Beautiful.
Now, I do believe we're going off the laptop microphone, so I think some of the boys, either coaches or teammates, were super jacked up. Let's go. I think there were some people even making last-minute pitches there.
Yeah.
I do believe that one had some questions.
Yeah,
Big time.
I saw a projection from a day ago to Notre Dame. So when those people make their crystal ball projections, they normally think they know where they're going.
And for us, it's not necessarily the school. There has been times in the past where a school has reached out to us and said, hey, can you do this for one of our guys? He wants to be part of it. It's like, yeah, no problem. That's happened every once in a while. Agents have reached out. Players have reached out directly and done it. So it's like, in this particular one, I think it was a manager or agent or something that reached out. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, we're ready to do it. Nah, we're not ready to do it. And then inevitably it was like, we're going to make our decision on this day. Is that cool? It's like, yeah, absolutely. All good, man. We're a big fan of the way you operate and play football. He's a stud. This guy is 6'2", 220. That's going to get up to 230 probably, 235 maybe. He's going to be an absolute monster on a football field. We're lucky to be a part of it. We're thankful to be a part of it. But I didn't know where he was going, AJ. I genuinely had no idea where he was headed.
I get lost in these clips watching the dude finish. Like, you talk about finishing tackles. It's fun to watch him play. And when you can move in space like this, there's a reason he's the #1 linebacker in the country. Like, just how he moves in space, his change of direction, and then how violently he finishes his tackles. He's going to be fun to watch in the future.
Florida boy out of Tampa. Seems like he's got great moxie.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed that. The #1 looks clean, too, on a football field or whatever. You're tackling and destroying everybody.
Very clean. That was the first thing I saw as well, how he finishes. AJ always talking. We our boots on the ground with the field pass. AJ, it's one of the first things AJ looks at, how guys finish, how physical they are. And that's one of the things that jumps off the tape. His explosiveness, how he finishes. Obviously, Cassius Howell was their premier pass rusher there at Texas A&M, so you would expect him to get up there and play earlier. A 5-star like this, going at #1 recruit in the country, going in there already at 220, like you said, he may be 240 by the time that first game comes. I can't wait. And I love these commitments. Every time I see him, especially with the setup and everything that kids, they're young men have to deal with and everything that's on their plate. So important to have the right people around them. And I feel like a lot of these guys that come in, they got the right people and systems around them. So I'm just rooting for all of them. And that was dope for Caden, though.
Yeah, college football soon.
Very soon.
Remember, Schrags brought it up earlier about the Sorsby decision. He's like, hey, July 10th is the pro day workout, and then whenever the draft's going to be, and then we got training camp coming up soon. We're almost there, AJ.
83 days.
I know.
We're almost.
Can't wait.
A lot of
you know what I thought when I heard the July 10th Sorsby workout? I thought of all the scouts and assistant coaches that are like, that's like one break of the year. And now I got to go back and watch this thing.
To hell with this kid. Yeah, because I was talking, we were talking yesterday. Who did we talk to about it yesterday?
Pete.
Talking to Pete Thamel. Certainly all 32 teams are going to be well represented at this workout. He was former first round overall projection, so some teams are going to sniff around. It's not if somebody will be there, it's how many people and what people will be there. And because my first question whenever I heard July 10th, to your point, was like, how many teams are going to be at this? I mean, because if it's on camera, just like the Combine, will people just opt to watch the footage as opposed to being there? Well, then guys are going to want to shake hands, talk to them, kind of meet them a little bit, get a chance to feel the energy around them and how people are reacting to them. But yeah, I agree with you. People having their off time. And remember, the off time for the NFL is literally like 13 days for some of these. It's like that is it. Every other time they're under a desk. Under here.
Mm-hmm.
They're under here.
Some of the guys in scouting departments. Oh, my God.
They got to peel off rugs off the floor to get these guys out from underneath it because that's how long they are in the facility whenever football season happens, just so they can hopefully potentially one day become an assistant to an assistant something.
Yep.
That is like the goal of getting in there, and that's some of it. And now they're like, hey, good news. Saw your family? How many days? You had 4th of July, right? 250th birthday? Good news.
Mm-hmm.
I need everything on Sorsby by the 8th, and then I need your ass in Carroll High School by the 10th. Thanks. See ya. I wasn't supposed to be back till like the 15th or 16th. Got good news for you. Maybe the future quarterback of our entire program. Need you to go figure it out. I'm not going to be able to go. I'm obviously out of the country here, but the entire organization is depending on you, bud. Go ahead and do that.
We trust you.
I think there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
Regional scouts going there with more pressure on them than they've ever had. Hey, every piece of information is coming through you, kid. So let's make sure we go ahead and do that. But on the field, people probably already have their projections on what he is, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Pete said it yesterday. Like the transfer portal thing happened late for him. There was rumors and speculation that he was going to the league. So they were probably scouting him all last season with the chance that he was going to the league. But yeah, now it's probably like, hey, we want to get our hands on him to talk to him and see where he's at mentally.
Now the Sorsby judge situation, injunction situation, could potentially be the inflection point that does lead to there becoming some guardrails on college sports as a whole. The next step has been taken in that entire thing. The Senate's Commerce Committee has voted to pass Protect College Sports Act to the Senate floor, which means the potential of a full vote, which would be a first. There's still significant opposition from Big Ten and SEC, but another notable step. But we did hear after the last time this was talked about, like last Wednesday or something like that, or 2 Wednesdays ago, because this has all been expedited fully, but everything in government takes forever, it seems like. And them saying, we just voted to have a vote. Okay. All right. Thank you for doing that. Checks and balances. Let's make sure we go through all the proper parties. Both parties are behind this. There's a lot of huge names in football that are behind this. There are some guardrails, but it is not perfect in anybody's eyes. But that's kind of legislation. Is anybody ever going to get everything that they want? Petiti and Sankey came out in a joint statement right before this last one, and we're like, we hate it. And we're like, come on. What are we doing? Ted Cruz went and met with them. Allegedly, there was some advancement in that particular thing. So hopefully we're able to figure it out. And maybe the Sorsby situation is the one that brings everybody together, saying we can't have this, AJ. Can't have this be what happens.
I would hope so. You would hope something comes from this because we know, like, it's college football is going something like they're going to have to come up with some kind of guardrails as we continue to hear that buzzword being thrown around. But what does it look like and when does it happen? Because, like, as you said, like, things are very slow moving when it comes to all of these people getting involved. But at least they're trying, I guess.
Didn't it feel? No, not going to say it. Not going to say it.
What's that? I'll say it for you. What was it?
Okay, so nobody.
Oh. Yeah, I guess it would be possible. What you are saying, Pat, that this could be.
Say it, AJ.
You said you
this
were
could
gonna
be
say.
somewhat of a work. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that was just in my ear, not to you guys. Yeah, I think this could be somewhat of a work. The Thorsby situation, Pat. I'm not exactly
What do
sure.
you
I
mean, like
blacked
the
out
timing
after
of
you
it,
said
or-
a couple
Oh, geez, Age. You said you would say what I was going to say. I trusted you. I dropped you a seed of what I'm saying is it's
things. A
like,
work isn't how for like a non-wrestling person. Explain what that means.
No, it just feels like the timing of the Sorsby thing, while we're doing a vote for all of this, it just feels like it feels like this would be in a wrestling timing situation. Like the biggest, baddest thing to happen to sport happening in the middle of thing being passed through government at the same exact time. It's like the timing of the Sorsby situation coming, not that they worked. I'm not saying it was a work, but the timing of it being the way it is with the voting happening at the same time. So them being able to say like, huh? This is the worst. It's like almost like that. That's a crazy coincidence.
What you said, AJ? Who's in on it?
Yeah, what are you
Who's in
saying,
on it?
AJ? You said it was a work. I said people could appear that it's a work. You're saying it is a work. So
Are you trying to say this whole thing's a simulation? Like this goes above everything?
All right. Okay.
Is that what you're trying to say?
You will never get to say what I think about saying. Okay? Never. I've learned
I heard
my lesson.
Messi say there are no coincidences. In a pump-up speech he had to the boys a little bit ago.
I'll tell you what, Messi can get me pumped up for anything.
Yeah.
Especially when that left foot is as lethal as it is.
Was he speaking English or Portuguese or?
Yeah, did you read him say
It was he was talking to the boys in Portuguese, whatever he speaks, and they translated it, put the words up on the screen for dumb English people like me that can read.
I don't think we're dumb because we speak English. I think for a long time most people spoke English, and now it seems like less people are starting to do it. Doesn't it?
Well, I think a lot of people speak English. They just speak a bunch of other languages too. I think we're kind of the only people who just speak English.
Yeah, but we different than everybody else. We speak a lot of languages.
Well,
in this
yeah.
show.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm on day 340 of Duolingo.
Oh, yeah.
How's that going?
Un poquito
Don't
español.
test me. Don't test me. I don't want to disrespect
Un
the language.
poquito español.
Nope.
You don't want to disrespect the language. What are you talking about? I thought, why are you learning it?
I got to learn it.
You're going to disrespect it. I
some.
got a bad feeling. I got a funny feeling.
Me and Zito, we talk in strictly
So it
Spanish.
is español.
Yeah, but we know Zito can't do that because Zito's only one way in. He can't go out.
That's a work.
I believe that probably is.
What?
Yeah, you got to watch multiple language speakers. It's a lot of times it's a work. Shohei, for example.
Well, duh.
Shohei doesn't speak a lick of English.
No, that
no,
has
he
never
speaks
been
perfect
said.
English.
That has never, ever been said.
Kershaw actually told us.
Let's go to World Cup conversation as we talk about the depth of this particular program. I do like the little hubbub there was about the coverage of the World Cup, though.
Yeah.
You know? I do like the hubbub.
Little inside baseball.
There has been a little bit of that. A lot of people learning about stuff, you know, and getting sued and C's and D's and all these things that happen in this particular world. I mean, we got to worry about that every single day.
Yeah.
Actually every single day. And that the Fox people in our company's history, they've sent us cease and desist on our own content that they have run on their shows. So they would rip our stuff without consent. They would just put it on their shows, react to it, then they would put it up on their YouTube or whatever, and then they would hit us, our original show with a C&D. So Fox is they are very, hey, yeah, they are very, which by the way, you run your business however the hell you want to run your business. That's kind of how it is. But with the World Cup stuff, it's like, it would be really cool to be able to show these highlights.
Yeah, they suck, actually, when it comes to this entire thing, just because of all the greatness that we love about the World Cup. And it's like, hey, it'd be cool to show
To be
everybody
able to
about
showcase
it.
that Team USA, it feels like that is bigger than just a rights deal. You know, we are a sport, but we're not a news show. But I think we should be. What do we got to put a tie on? How do we go into that?
We were dubbed a news show during COVID.
Definitely,
so
yeah.
Why does that not translate over the last 6 years?
We'll dive into the rights deal a little bit more before the next World Cup, hopefully. Is it up, actually, the next World Cup?
They don't play around those highlights.
No, they do not.
all.
No, they were taking our footage, putting it on their thing and suing us. I mean, so that they don't. There is a lot of money invested in these things. We understand it, but I don't like the immediate like you guys should be doing more. It's like
we'd love to.
You know what? Ken Burns only created one effect.
Mhm.
Okay, can you give me another one so that we can fill the time with and make it look like there? Maybe a burst. Maybe give us a bursting option. But if we put too many photos too closely, is it just a video that's being stopped? True. And then are they going to get us to the rights? You know, there's all this type
live
of
photo.
I know a guy.
Perhaps.
Heads will roll.
Yep.
Heads will roll.
Which guy do you know?
I don't think anybody is talking about that at all.
You know.
But I appreciate the fact that you know that. We have been watching every single minute of soccer that we possibly could. Nobody expected that out of us. I think even us didn't expect that. But we have decided the program should put together after a first round of games, a starting 11.
Yes.
Gumpy kind of took this to task.
Hell yeah.
Gumpy has put together his first game World Cup starting 11. And to the players that make this team, congratulations. This is the biggest earn of your life. Gumpy, can you please go through the crew? I see a 10 million follower Instagram guy in goal. I know he's living his best life.
Yeah, we got a little bit of an offensive formation here, 3-3-4. We couldn't leave any of these strikers out. Balogun with 2, Kane with 2, Haaland with 2, Mbappe with 2. You go to the middle of the park. Bellingham took that game over for England in the second half. Messi, the GOAT with a hattie. Just had 2 for New Zealand, kind of a shocker. He's a dog as well. Richards, Virgil, and Romero at the back. I mean, that's all you need is 3 back there with those guys.
So I like the starting 11, and congratulations to Messi on earning this title.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is one that he did not have in his bag. AJ, when you look at that starting 11, what's your first thought?
Well, first off, that 3-3-5 configuration, I love that. It's a very offensive situation, as they say. But I understand, I mentioned Ronaldo a bunch. Did he get slighted here? I understand he hasn't scored in, 10 World Cup games, 10 international?
The other team's goalie had more touches than him in the game, dude.
AJ.
They're quadruple teaming him, probably.
I understand he hasn't scored in 10 World Cup games, but I was wondering if he could be on this team. You wanted to bury Ronaldo? Was that to put over Lou Messi?
No. I'm genuinely asking questions. What's going on? Because it seems so difficult to even get a shot on goal in this whole situation, let alone score. So, when those games continue to stack up, let's set them up. Let's give them an easy one somehow.
Hey, SOGs are a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, SOGs are a big deal. Now, on that note, that's why this starting 11 is so hard to crack.
Yeah.
You're talking about all the stars, though, showing up. I mean, basically all the stars
all
scored.
but one.
And except for the guy you're mentioning there. But also the style of game. I mean, this is Golden State Warrior. Soccer is buzzing, right? I mean, they are attacking. There is a lot of attacking going on as opposed to sitting back looking for 0-0. It looks like teams are trying to score. I think that might be why people are also interested in this particular brand of soccer. Definitely Team USA. Team USA, we got 2 guys on the starting 11. That would have never happened before.
No.
Now, granted, it should have been 11.
I was going to say you could argue that Reamer got absolutely hosed.
We got McKennie on the bench there.
Bench on the bottom.
Is Ponch the coach?
Duh.
Ponch is the gaffer.
I didn't do a gaffer.
Well, we know, though.
Ponch is the gaffer.
I think it's Poch and Tuchel, England and USA.
Told me
gaffers
Tuchel.
together.
Okay, well, Ponch is the head coach, and he can put the apple on if you'd like over there in England. We appreciate that.
I see the bench.
We have big news for tomorrow's United States of America game with DraftKings, the #1 live gambling sportsbook, soon to be #1 sportsbook in the world. I think that's just soon to be right around the corner. And obviously, if you're 21 plus and in a legal sports gambling state, although DraftKings is available in all 50 states now with their predictive marketing, but if you're in a sports gambling state and you're 21 plus and you want to gamble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one for you. America's Game 2 Guarantee. You opt into it, it'll be across the top. You have to apply the token after you select the United States to America. So you have to turn it on, basically. You have to opt into this, then you have to turn it on for the bet. Your max bet will vary depending upon your own unit. DraftKings will kind of figure that out. And if the United States wins, you get your bet. And if they lose or draw, you get it back in bonus bet so you can run that shit back somewhere else.
Boom.
It's guaranteed.
It's a Game 2 guarantee. I had no idea we're allowed to say that word right there.
Yeah, feels like it's true.
In the group text that we are in, with the folks that are a part of what we're allowed to say and what we're not allowed to say in this entire thing and how we go about doing this in a responsible manner, which is what we want to be kind of a showcase of. I think that is an accurate thing. Whenever they said, call it a guarantee because you can. If America wins, they'll win. And if America draws or loses, then they'll get their money back in bonus bets. They just have to opt in, apply token. Well, this is a team ride now.
Hell yeah.
AJ, this is considered a complete
I'm in.
team
Let's go,
ride.
boys.
Come join us at DraftKings. Obviously, you're 21 plus, and you got to gamble responsibly. Don't be an asshole and ruin it for us all. But let's have a good time wherever we do this, and let's go ahead and bet on Team America, and let's go ahead and win.
Yeah.
But if they don't, let's at least have that money to wage somewhere else.
Yeah.
Shout out to this one. I like this one.
I love this one.
This is the shit that sports gambling platforms don't really get to do much anymore. This is the beginning of sports gambling becoming legal, where they would just kind of give away stuff. Now it's kind of settled in a little bit. Mm-hmm. This one feels like an old school promo here for Sportsbook, and I would like us all to enjoy the hell out of that. I would like, especially as Team America. Listen, if you got a little action on it, that's a guarantee. Shout out to DraftKings here. You're going to want to pay attention. Mm-hmm. And I think what your eyes are going to see is a really good soccer team.
Very good.
And I think you're going to say, holy hell, America's actually doing it out there. Even if you don't know soccer, I think you'll be able to watch the game and say, hey, we're kind of doing it right now. And we certainly are. D, but it's been fun to watch people who hate soccer, AJ included. AJ sending texts about Messi and goals getting called back and what's offsides.
Yeah.
People are falling in love with it right now, and I think it's because America's good. Do you think this is coming out of the Olympics? Do you think it's the environments? What do you think it is?
I don't know. I started watching soccer more closely this past season with Arsenal. So, like, getting to the World Cup, actually knowing some of these guys, some of the names is better to watch. But we talk about it all the time with any sport. Whenever the stars show up, and I don't know how common this is for the World Cup. Obviously, we know Lou Messi won the last one, but with the stars showing up, like the average, the casual fans, the names that they know showing up, it's like, oh, let me tune in. So these guys, I mean, I'm up at 1 o'clock watching teams and countries I would have never expected to watch any sport, let alone soccer.
And Ghana was needed to watch Ghana. What a late goal. Late goal by
late
Ghana.
flight last night. Colombians on the flight, just random applause throughout the flight. I mean, it's been awesome, man.
Now, that bet, the Game 2 guarantee is only available on a 3-way USA moneyline wager where it's like home, draw, away, or whatever it is. So that's where it's available. Once again, you have to opt in at the top, then you have to apply token, and then it is on the 3-way wager for Team USA. Tell your friends about this. Tell your friends. Very rarely in the modern world do we get these.
Tell your family.
No.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell them responsibly. Let's go ahead and get a little bit here, at least get some back. And once again, let's do the gambling the right way because society's going to have it. We can all set the pace on how it's going to be. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's not going to be something that ruins lives. And hopefully that is the Sorsby story whenever he moves on to wherever he goes. And he can kind of become one of the faces of that whole thing as we enter a society that's definitely going to do that. Joe Burrow, speaking about his Cincinnati Bengals team, whenever they spend the amount of money that they spend on the offensive weapons, you wonder, are the Cincinnati Bengals ever going to be able to win? And how come they're not giving Trey Hendrickson the money? The guy gets the most sacks in the NFL. What the hell is the deal over there? These people don't seemingly care about ball at all. Well, Trey's at the Ravens because they didn't want Max Crosby for some reason.
Yep.
And Sexy Dexy now has come over to the Cincinnati Bengals. And then you start looking at the offense, there's superstars everywhere. Joe Burrow says, you know what this kind of reminds me of? 2019 LSU.
Oh, really?
I hope so. I think that's great. Put pressure on guys. I love it. I thrive in it. We'll find out who else does. I know that we have the kind of people that want to be in that spot. I want everybody talking about the Bengals. I want everybody talking about what I'm saying in my press conferences. You go back and watch what I said before 2019 season at LSU. I feel very similarly about this team. I'm so excited to get started and get moving, and I wish we would ramp this right into training camp so we can continue to improve. Because I feel like, there's so much greatness that we're going to be able to achieve this year. I'm just excited to get going.
Joe doesn't want a vacation. Joe wants to keep going. Let's talk about that 2019 LSU team, shall we? Obviously, champs, craziness. 3 top 5 picks. Okay, there's only 5 picks in the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 of them. 3 of them.
Yeah, good math right there.
Yeah, just so we can point this out. Top 5, there's only 5 of them. 3 of them, LSU. 7 first-round picks.
Very good.
Okay, 10 day 2 picks, 34 total players trapped. Who are they? We got those as well, obviously. 2019 LSU superstars. Joe Burrow, Derek Stingley, Jamar Chase, Chazon, Justin Jefferson, Patrick Queen, Clyde Edwards, Elaire, and more. There's 34 total on that team that was there. You go back to like the FSU Miami game. I think people always talk about the amount of NFL guys and the amount of talent on that field. That LSU team now, looking back on it, it's like they were an NFL roster.
Yeah.
And they would go on to take over and become something special. I like that Joe's kind of reminiscent about those days because those were great days for LSU.
Yeah, that team, that go down in history. Whenever you have arguments or debates of greatest college football teams ever, that would definitely be in the argument. 01 Hurricanes, teams like that. And I love this. If I'm a teammate of Joe Burrow, if I'm a fan of his, of the Bengals, I love hearing your quarterback put it out there, put those expectations out there, having that mindset. But the Bengals being compared to this, that was one of the greatest teams of all time. Maybe he's seeing something we're not. And like I said,
you're not there.
If I was the only similarities I see is obviously Joe Burrow, Chase, and them being a Tiger.
Yeah, the same.
That's a lot. I didn't even think about it. In the jungle, I mean, that's a lot of things.
As far as those comparisons go, but
I
if I'm in the foxhole with them, I love this from my quarterback, and he's going to show up, and he's shown up since he stepped foot in the league. So it's just going to be about what it's always been about. How do they build that team around him? How does that defense show? We know the offense is going to put up numbers. Great two-headed monster, wide receiver. How can they protect him? Those are the same questions with the Bengals kind of every year since that Super Bowl run.
AJ, your thoughts on Joseph Burrow being a hell of a leader over there for the Bengals and the pressure being on him to win in Cincinnati since the day he got drafted? That this is it. Hey, bring a championship to Ohio, bub. That's what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely. It seemed like the perfect situation when he gets drafted by the Bengals, being an Ohio kid from Athens, not too far from there, and comes in and has so much success early. I feel like the pressure has been on him from the jump, and it continues to grow now because of how great he played early in his career. So I think it's awesome. He says he thrives in those circumstances, and I think that trickles down to the rest of the team.
Talk about greatness, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us now is the GOAT, a man who can be on a microphone in any situation, any setting, and make it great. I think if there was a surgery happening and it was to be performed live on television, he would be the only one that would make it seem like it's enjoyable watch. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who calls basketball, the Olympics, football, and even golf happening today at the U.S. Open, third major of the year for the golf world. Joining us, a man who helped me whenever we were heading into the finals all-access altcast, legend Mike Tirico.
Hello, boys. How we doing?
Hey, you are. I think you were sitting on there and listening to the Joe Burrow situation with the Bengals. Obviously, the Bengals in the AFC don't get a lot of Super Bowl chatter, but it sounds like Joe would like to change that, Mike. I love that out of the Ohio boy.
One of my favorite production meetings, one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch and listen to. I love Burrow. 2019 LSU team that you guys put up all those players, you know who wasn't on the list? The guy who was their passing game coordinator. Really got them spread offense, Joe Brady. Exactly. Now the Bills coach. So part of this whole deal with that unbelievable list of talent, I love Burrow throwing it out there. You know, if the Rams are going to be this team that is all in like they were for Super Bowl 56, they played the Bengals. So why not go back at it? And maybe we'll see Joe Burrow against Joe Brady's team for the AFC Championship this year. Who knows? But I like the fact that they did address some stuff on the defense. Their offense, can they stay healthy? Can they protect Joe? If they can be in every game. And I know my partner Collinsworth would love to see the Bengals play meaningful football late in the season. We were there when they beat the Raiders to break their playoff drought. It had been a long time. And, man, the jungle was rocking. That's a great football city. As you guys know, AJ, you know, with the whole Ohio thing. So that'd be fun to see. And he's the kind of guy who I think the league loves to watch. People who are fans of other teams love to watch Joe Burrow go back there and sling it. Maybe it's against your team and you don't. But if you respect good football and a quarterback playing the game, carrying his team and being the front man for it and being the pilot of the big plane that is a franchise, Burrow's that kind of guy.
Oh, I love the promo you just got for Joe Burr. And obviously the AFC is stacked. So if they are able to get back to the mountaintop and get to the Super Bowl, I think the world will enjoy how Joe Burrow handles the big moment. He's always played well in the biggest stages. He is a guy that is ready for the moment. Will we ever get back to the biggest stage? We shall see. The way it ended, you recall, Aaron Donald. If Aaron Donald doesn't break that game, Jamar Chase maybe scores touchdown there. Bengals win Super Bowl. Aaron Donald might be coming back. He might be coming back. Have you heard that, Mike? Have you heard that?
I've heard it. How crazy is what the Rams have done this offseason, right? And, you know, what did they do in the draft? They take Ty Simpson, right? So people are going, wait a minute, what's going on here? What do you use draft capital for? To get a quarterback of the future. So if they believe they have their quarterback of the future and they've got their quarterback of the present, then why not blank those picks and go? Right? And so they get all in and do it. And now Myles Garrett is there. And if Aaron Donald just decides to show up for, 10, 12 games or, maybe who knows, even without, remember, their defensive front was stacked with all these young guys. Obviously, the trade takes one piece of that away. But add Myles Garrett to the front four guys that they have in the rotation they have up front. And that's a dangerous defense. So Stafford, get him a lead. Quarterback pass rush shuts down games in the fourth quarter. I can't tell you, if I heard it once, I heard it 1,000 times from John Gruden. Fourth quarter pass rush wins games, right, AJ? Over and over and over. Pressure the quarterback in the fourth quarter. When you have a lead, you win games. They're going to do it with Myles Garrett because if he's getting two, and those other guys are free, Aaron Donald or not, Rams are going to be a problem, man. That's such a great acquisition.
Yeah, we agree. We got a chance to chat with Snead afterwards, and it's not. He don't have the mentality of blank those picks. And thanks for saying that instead of frick those picks, because blank sounds much better than frick. You
Thank
know
you.
that because you're an adult. You know that. You understand that as a human in there. But he is talking. All his draft picks he's hit. You know, like he is a very good drafter as well. It's like he is also an incredible drafter. He's like super. I think he rolls the dice, poker player. He will move a lot, but with what he has, he also hits. They're doing a great job over there in not only going for it right now, but also building for the future. And if Stafford plays forever, which he might because that amortal chamber. I mean, who knows what happens? Okay, let's pivot away from the NFL, and it's amazing that you obviously have that all understood. Right now, let's talk about the major, U.S. Open. It's a huge deal. The Shinnecock course early beat the hell out of Harry Higgs. Higgs, jeez. What's this guy's name?
Harry Higgs.
He needs a hug.
Well, I think everybody's going to, right? Is that kind of your big takeaway to what the U.S. Open normally is and what we should expect out of the Shinnecock course? They're talking about the wind being like, I don't want to bring up biblical, but I mean, with the fog this morning, with what it could be, is that what we should expect all weekend? How do you see it going down?
Well, usually the U.S. Open is defined by lightning fast greens. And because of the severity of the greens, the history of what happened here the last time the Open was here in 2018 and past U.S. Opens here, they slowed the green speeds down significantly because they want to be able to be, one, playable in the big wind that's forecast. Let's see, it's 140 right now. It's forecast in the next couple hours to be 25-mile-an-hour winds with higher gusts. If it gets too windy, you're going to have to stop play because the ball will not stay after you place it and mark it on the green. So there's the concern of that. So that, on top of what's happened in the past, trying to get through these first two rounds, the conditions right now are hard. They may be harder later this afternoon, but the rest of the week looks like it'll be very playable, which means this golf course will show its teeth. The greens will get a little faster in all likelihood, and par is a great score. The U.S. Open, you throw out the mindset of almost every other week on tour. Par is a good score. You shoot 70, 71, 72 today. That's great. You're in the mix. And if you look at the leaderboard already, for the most part, there's not like, oh, here's the surprise guy who's 19 or 22, qualified, playing his first U.S. Open. It's kind of big names on the board just through the morning wave of guys. And that shows you how hard this golf course is already. And it's going to be one of those weeks where I think you're not going to have the guy from out of nowhere, maybe one, but not many, who are going to be in the mix come Saturday and Sunday.
Can't wait to watch it all. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Mike, I guess, who are some of the guys you're possibly looking at that have the type of style of play, I guess, that could win here? You said par is a good score. I'm sure that gets boring for these guys over and over again, continuing, leaving themselves in the right spot, and then just hopefully two-putting for par. Like, who do you think has the mindset to go in and play 4 great days and find a way to win?
AJ, that's why guys like McElroy, who you just showed, and Scheffler, and Sam Burns, the guys who are in the top 10 in the world, guys who won major championships, like a Brooks Koepka, right, who has back-to-back U.S. Opens. You're gonna, look, you never know. You can't play defense in golf, so you have no idea if a guy is going to have a bad week or if a guy's going to have a great week out of nowhere. But by and large, the guys who can do 3 things: 1, great ball strikers, because if it's windy, you got to pick a line, and it's got to stay on that line because it's going to get blown. So you got to say, okay, I've got to start over here instead of over here. That's fine. Now you got to hit it on that line. You got to hit it solid so it doesn't flutter and get blown all around. Great ball strikers. 2, terrific putters. These are hard greens when the winds are down, which we'll see later on in the week, and they're really fast. There's always a little nuanced break. And 3, scramblers. Guys who miss greens and can get up and down out of nowhere. And that's Scheffler, that's Rory, the guys with a terrific short game. So the guys who have these complete games, Ludwig Oberg you see in there, he's gotten off to a good start. I think he's still tied for the lead. Yeah, he is at 200 par. So those are the guys who are going to hang around this week. It is not a week for somebody who has a flaw in their game where they can hit it so far that it's not going to matter and they'll be able just to bang it up on the green and get hot with the putter. Every part of your game gets exposed here. And that's why those big names that we talk about all the time, at a U.S. Open on a really tough course, usually those are the guys who are around it.
The U.S. Open likes to say that they find the best golfer in the world, right? Like, that's kind of their thing. They try to make the courses as hard as possible. We would like to find the golfer who can hit every shot that they need to. And if they miss, they're going to be punished. You missed that fairway. I mean, you're punished.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a true ass beating out there with that fescue or whatever the hell.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, it is.
It is. I'll be excited to hear how that is kind of because technically that could take over the entire tournament, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you see that shot there with the ball disappearing in the rough. That's usually what we talk about at U.S. Opens, right? The rough is this thick, you can't hack it out, you can't get it out. The USGA did something different this year. I'm going to give you a couple of things on that first.
Okay.
So the rule is you're allowed 14 clubs in your bag. And the USGA's mantra is they want you to use all 14 clubs. So they want you to hit long irons, short irons, drivers, 4 woods, 5 woods, whatever you have in your bag, mini drivers, 56-degree wedges. They want you to use all 14 clubs in your bag and get them dirty, right? So you're done with the round. The guy who you're paying $5 to clean your clubs would have to wipe off every club, get them all dirty. But they say they want the 15th club to get dirty, and that's your mind. And don't go there, not a dirty mind, but they want you to use your mind.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, golf dirty. Golf dirty.
Yeah,
try to get in the hole. Got it. Yeah. Long shafts. Yeah.
There you go.
Stroking. Yeah.
Don't get blown.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we understand.
Could I be any stupid? I ran right into that person.
Yeah, dumping balls up there. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
They want you to use your head. They want to make sure that you think constantly around the golf course and you're plotting. Stay below the hole. I can't be here. I can't be here. They want you to do that. And then the other thing that used to be a big USGA feel to a championship like this is they want a target score. Like, let's let even par win. Well, in chasing that, sometimes they messed with the setup too much of a golf course. So what they've done now is their mantra this week is let's let Shinnecock, one of the great golf courses, one of the 5 original clubs that made up the USGA back when it started in the 1890s, let's let Shinnecock be Shinnecock. This golf course is hard enough when member play is out here and it's windy out on the edge of Long Island. So the greens are up at high speed. We don't need to shrink the fairways, which they used to do at these U.S. Opens at Shinnecock. So the fairways are playing at an average width of 48 yards. That's pretty generous, but that's because the golf course can be so hard with the wind. So you play it what it normally plays like, and if 5 under wins or 7 under wins, that's great. I don't think that's happening. I think the winning score, you'd sign for a couple under par right now for the week and be really happy. But I think they have finally figured out, let's not try to manufacture. Let's just let this great golf course be this great golf course. I like their approach. Now, can you dial it in perfectly? We don't know. But I think they've got a really good shot to do it this year.
Thank you for all that information from inside the clubhouse, literally and figuratively. We appreciate that. 48 yards is the average width of the fairway. Remember, football field, 53 1/3.
Yep.
So just,
there you go.
Just to give a little bit of perspective there, about 2.5 yards off each side, and you have a football field fairway. I'll tell you what, I can hit that.
Easy. Definitely.
You can't hit a football field? That's crazy. You know, you talked about the scramblers, though. There's been a guy that's been scrambling a lot, but he's the #1 golfer in the world. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Mike, it's so I'm going to give you these stats. It's going to be crazy what I'm going to say after it. So Scotty Scheffler's played in 12 tournaments this year. He's got 7 top 5s, 10 top 15s, 12 top 25s. He has not finished outside the top 25 all year. He had a stint where it was three top 2s, or 3 second place finishes in a row. But like if you watch golf all the time and you watch Scotty, it doesn't feel like he's been Scotty this year, even with all the everything that I just said. It feels like on Sundays he comes back and gets those top 5s and top 2 finishes or whatever. He's +3 right now. What have you heard around the course and around the U.S. Open this week about Scotty and how he feels about his game?
Well, first things first, he's the biggest story this week because he's trying to complete the career Grand Slam, which Rory did at the Masters last year. He turns 30 on Sunday, so it'd be amazing to have him complete the career Grand Slam on the day he turns 30, on Father's Day, father of 2, and all that stuff. So all that's out there. Scotty has spoiled us the last few years, winning so often, winning so many times, including the big tournaments, including major championships. If you look at his numbers, and you did a deep dive there, Tony, if you look even at some other numbers, his putting is actually better this year. And that's the stat that we would say, hey, if Scotty's putting numbers were just a little bit better, he'd have more wins. They've been better this year. It's actually been his iron play not being as close in proximity to the hole as it has been other years. And this is a week where if you are a little bit off, it can become a lot off real quickly because if the greens are large, and they are here, the only place you can put a hole location on those greens is about half the size of it. So if they average 8,800 square feet, maybe 40% of that, you can't put a flag because it's a slope that'll take it away, away, away. That means Scotty Scheffler has to be good at what he's always been good at, but not as good at this year. And that's accuracy with his irons. So that's the thing to watch with him. He's been on and off a little bit today, but this is a really windy day. Today is, let's survive. This is like you're on the road, college football, crazy atmosphere. Let's survive the first quarter. Let's get settled in, and now let's play. So today is let's get to the first quarter, deep breath. Let's get to the first hydration break and move on.
Okay, on that note, soccer's becoming quarters, which I don't know if the old school soccer people, but golf, we can't wait for your coverage. Shout out to NBC, by the way, continuing to crush everything, and we appreciate the fact that NBC lets us show some highlights.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You have you speaking for them and the entire. Yeah, absolutely. If you could bless us, we do appreciate the hell out of NBC's coverage and what you guys do for sport. We can't wait to follow along with this particular major. Now, let's pivot to another event that is happening in a massive way, and we've all kind of caught the fever. And you just mentioned it. Soccer's changing in America, and it might be changing as a whole with the quarters, but doesn't seem like there's as much flopping and rolling around, this year as it was in the past. Because from my understanding, flopping was a sign of you being soft. Okay, that was kind of always my understanding. Even as a punter, I hated it. I didn't like it. Had some people tell me like, hey, you sent something, you need to go down. It's like, I don't want to be on film doing that.
Did you do it? Did you draw a 15-yarder?
No, I did draw one, yes.
And never?
Okay. I never flopped, though. Never flopped. I got flipped multiple times. 3 times I got flipped, actually, because we kind of went in there. 2 of them, I got a penalty on it. But nonetheless, flopping, and then I talked to the soccer guys, and they're like, hey, the flopping and the rolling around, that like gives everybody like a chance to like breathe for a second. So the guy who kind of gets fouled is on the ground. He's doing a service for basically the entire field. That's why there's the dramatics that come running out with the spray. Guys are getting water. It's like it also feels like a break for everybody as they've been running forever. So the hydration breaks might stop that, which is good for sports.
Yep.
But also our team is great. Ty has a question for you about all of it.
Yeah, Mike, World Cup fever has taken over the entire office, the entire country. You could argue the world right now. And forgive me if you have done this in the past, but with everything that's going on with the World Cup, have you thought, like, you know what? Hey, man, I'd love to dip my toes in that. And maybe next time the World Cup comes around, I'd like to be in that booth commentating, some of those games. Like, is that something that you've considered? I mean, you've done everything else. I feel like that would be just another notch in your belt. And have you been enjoying the World Cup thus far?
Well, one, I love it. I've pretty much seen almost every match that I've been not on the air for, not traveling, because I love World Cup soccer. So, Ty, I did 2 of them. I got to host 2010 and 2014. 2010 was in South Africa. 2014 was in Brazil. And I'd say of my 25 years at ESPN, those 2 events are 2 of the proudest events that I had the chance to be a part of, because I really do think it helped set a bar and introduce the World Cup to the American soccer audience at a very different level. And some of the stuff that Fox is doing right now, international commentators, was our group in 2010, 2014. Amy Rosenfeld, Jed Drake, those are the production folks who were behind a lot of what we did. Rob Lemley also. We set a high bar for the coverage of soccer, and it had nothing to do with me. I was just on the air. But that group, it was one of my greatest memories to be in South Africa and see South Africa play, to see the U.S. play in person and travel around as being one of those sets inside the stadium, to be at a World Cup final in person, to host the World Cup final in 2014, to see the streets of Brazil go completely empty. I mean, completely empty in Rio de Janeiro at 4:00 in the afternoon when Brazil was playing. When the national team played, like, there was a Subway sandwich shop downstairs from where we were doing our host set on Copacabana Beach, on the edge of Copacabana Beach. And they would put up a sign, if it was a 4:00 local start, that we close at 3. And that was on the sign of almost every business in Rio, in all of Brazil. The country shuts down. And that's what happens around the world. I'm so glad I got to experience that. My son played travel soccer at a high level. I was around it. So I love the sport. I love what the World Cup is about. And I think what's really cool is now, not only parents, but a lot of the kids whose first sport was soccer, 3-year-olds running around a little pack around the ball and traveling around. Like, that's the first sport for almost every American kid now. They play a little bit longer. They know the game. They love what the game is about. And now those people are watching soccer. So I think we've got a whole nation of soccer fans who are coming around to this. And like you said, the U.S. team, that was so fun last Friday to watch that first half. That was great. And what they'll do tomorrow afternoon, if they can beat Australia, get the 3 points, pretty much cinch up the group, that would be so great for this World Cup in North America and in the U.S. So good for Team USA. Good for Pochettino for playing a style that's a front foot, go get them, attack, let your talented players go. Good for Pulisic for being the guy who's the face of and then coming out and having such an impact on the first half of that match. That was so fun to watch on Friday, and hopefully they can repeat that again on Friday against Australia. The Socceroos from Australia have been good over time, and they were really good in their first match. So that's going to be fun to watch on Friday, and hopefully it'll continue on for another couple of weeks. But it's great to see. Here's the one thing that's also cool. A lot of the international travelers who are coming over and putting their stuff on social media, which is fun, how they're saying how much they love all these stadiums in the U.S. And for those of us who've gone to other outdoor stadiums around the world, World Cup or Olympics, like our stadiums are so great in America. We are spoiled. Luxury boxes, even just the concession stands, the areas. We are so spoiled. Our stadiums are even a bad stadium. And MetLife is not the greatest stadium.
New York, New Jersey Stadium.
I'm sorry. I'm not a rights holder.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to get your ass sued. Hey, that was NBC. Sue. That was NBC. Get Greg, get Cordella, get Molly, get Tariq, get them all. That was him. He said that, not me. Please, I'd like to buy.
As I was saying, the New York, New Jersey Stadium might not be the nicest stadium we have in America compared to Dallas, to Jerry World, but it's so nice compared to so many of the other stadiums around the world. And I'm loving that international fans are coming over and saying, man, you guys do sports right here in the U.S. So cool time, cool experience. I hope the next 3 weeks are great for the sport, for Fox, for everybody. It's really cool.
Yeah, ratings up and to the right for all sports, which is spectacular.
Yes.
Obviously, you were riding that wave with NBC with every different sport that you guys are covering. It's sports is having quite a little run right now, as it should. And I think it's also uniting. A lot of these videos that are coming, it feels like the world is coming together more so than ever before because of sport and because of the World Cup. So we're obviously honored that we're going to win it.
Yeah.
It is so cool. Yeah. Like, it is so cool that we're going to win that thing, because staying on top of the unity is good.
Yeah.
And, that is.
And the finals are at MetLife, right?
New York, New Jersey.
Don't do that on my show. What are you trying to do to us? We got 15 employees here. We got kids.
That
we got
was
babies.
on purpose. That one was on purpose.
Trying to get us sued.
Yes.
Trying to get us.
Correct.
That's unbelievable. Obviously, super genius out there. We have 1 minute left on ESPN, but we will remain live digitally. We're talking to Mike Tirico, absolute GOAT right now. We can't let you go because obviously this past year we got a chance to watch you flex your basketball muscle again. You helped me out immensely with that brief call. Not brief, it was like 25 minutes in the middle of your vacation, brief moment out of your vacation to talk to me. I'm so thankful for. But the NBA playoffs was spectacular. I mean, I loved every moment of it. Before the boys ask you about their Knicks questions, which they certainly will have, can you give a brief rundown of the NBA run that you had in the playoffs that you saw for them in 30 seconds, please, out of Syracuse University?
30 seconds. I thought the West Finals were terrific, and I think those two teams took a lot out of each other. I think the Spurs were good enough to win the NBA championship. They just weren't experienced enough. And you saw that. I mean, what they have leads in the last 3 minutes of every game, and learning how to close. At each step, it gets harder to execute, do what you want, and close. And I think we saw that all the way through. In the finals, the New York experience got it done. And that's why they had a parade at City Hall today. And the Spurs time, I think, will come. Is that 28 seconds?
No.
It was close.
No.
He probably couldn't see the clock.
When vacation stopped? When vacation end? When did vacation end? Recently?
Last week when I got here on Monday, sorry.
So they're saying Russ versus rest type situation. That was a 33-second, 30-second out right there. That's what they're saying. Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's like making a bogey. I got to bounce back.
Hey, pars are good, though. Hey, listen, you were close. I think you did end a sentence at that exact time that could have been out, but you did continue. Nonetheless, we're still live digitally. And you talked about the Spurs not being ready for the moment. It felt like the other team certainly was. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, 53 years. Obviously, it's been a long, long time since the Knicks have won a title. I know you're a New York guy. Not sure if you are or grew up a Knicks fan, but where does this rank? I mean, as objectively as you can be amongst the drought-breaking titles. You know, or like Cleveland, LeBron going back to Cleveland when won the Red Sox. When I was in college, I didn't know how big of a deal that was, but being up in New England, that was huge.
Sure.
Cubs. Where does this rank amongst those kind of drought-breaking titles?
So I grew up a New Yorker, and the Knicks and the Rangers were really the teams that I rooted for growing up as a kid. And the Rangers snapped a 54-year drought when Mark Messier and those guys won the Cup in 1994. And I even said during one of our Knicks games this year that the Knicks drought is 1 year shy of the Rangers drought. And to see the Knicks do it, I'm so happy for the New York fans. I saw a whole bunch of family in New York. It was great to see the city galvanize, and to see the scenes of the parade today were really cool. You know, New York and basketball is different because a lot of New York City, you don't have room for big fields and big practice areas. You got the concrete. And so many kids in New York grew up concrete, rim, fence, playground, and you go play basketball. And that's why it's the city's game. And from Rucker Park, 4th Street, all that, basketball just always connected in New York for some reason. Style of play, Knicks, all that. And that's why I think you saw the city turn out in these numbers. And no knock to the Nets, but in New York, your Yankees or Mets. The percentages are up there. Your Jets or Giants. Your Knicks, and then there's the Nets. Your Rangers, and then there's the Islanders and the Devils. I'm not knocking them. It's just a fact. So this was almost all the New York basketball fans who were in. And that's why these scenes that you see around the city today are as passionate and cool as they are right now.
I think there was a lot of Nets fans saying, Knicks.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I've been doing. My dad, my uncle, huge Knicks fan. I used to go cookouts at his house. I remember back in the day, we were watching Patrick Ewing do his thing, all the superstars. The big names are certainly being talked about, and they're also a part of the parade because I believe the Knicks family is one that remains pretty tight, unless you get out, and then you are
excommunicado.
Then you're out forever. But it does feel like it's a celebration of the Knicks as a whole. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Mike, as a New York Knicks fan growing up, where do you rank Jalen Brunson now? I think everybody but his dad thinks he's the greatest of all time when it comes to him. But what's kind of your take on that entire thing? Because, 45 points in a closeout game. He was incredible the entire finals.
I always fight these arguments because, what are we, like, taking the trophy off of Patrick Ewing's fireplace and giving it to Brunson? You're now the best Knick ever. The eras are so different. I'll say this: Frazier, Reed, those Knicks, they won 2 championships. So let's not, just because it didn't happen in the last 10 minutes and it happened before HD and 4K, let's not disrespect all of that. Hubie Brown, who I worked with, who's one of my favorite people of all time, when we used to say, hey, maybe this guy's now top 10 all time in the NBA, Hubie would say, okay, who are you taking off the list? Which guy's coming off? And, I think about what Frazier meant over the years and all that. Brunson is in the conversation with the best ever Knicks, not just because of what he did in the last game, but what he has done for the last couple of years. And I love the fact that guys like Isaiah Thomas and Steph Curry and now Jalen Brunson have given you over generations the reminder that the small guy has a place in the NBA. If he can do what he did on that play to Wemby right there, handle, understand, use his body, use his strength, and know how to finish and shoot. And he becomes a threat all over the court. Like that play, that's one of the great plays of the season right there. And just put them over the top. I love what he did, and that's going to inspire small guys like Steph did to have handle, dribble, shoot, and toughness and leadership. His smarts don't get talked about enough. Such a smart basketball player. He's right there in the conversation. I don't give that trophy out, so whoever does, I'll go with their argument. That's fine.
Well, thank you for the NBC rights of the U.S. Open. Even though you could give those out, you can't give the Knicks greatest of all time title out. I respect that. Willis Reed, 2-time Finals MVP, 1-time league MVP.
Big deal.
So you tell me if Willis Reed deserves to be in the conversation. I haven't seen his name one time. I haven't seen anybody mention him. Now, on that note, you talk about the small guy being able to do stuff. There was some stat. It was like 60% of Jalen's buckets were in the paint in one of these games. Again, Wemby, he was like 7'4". I don't know if there's going to be a lot of small guys that have the ability to have a sixth sense of where everybody is, but his body control and his savviness just seems to be at a different level, probably because how his dad kind of forced him to be a basketball player, basically. And it's like
you, AJ, and D-Butt, you guys know from your football time, sons of coaches are guys who over-indexed, right? their knowledge, I'll never forget talking to Aaron Rodgers about this once, just talking about how that intersection of your physical ability and your knowledge of the game and how long you can ride that peak and how cool that is. And you see that with great players. Guys who've got an extra intellectual gear are guys who last a little bit longer. And Jalen Brunson now at the max of his athletic ability, maxing that as well, better than most.
First one in, last one out.
Mm-hmm. Steph, Kobe, his dad was a pro. Steph was a pro.
Yes. It's quite an advantage.
Huge
Plus,
advantage.
you know, like what you have to do to make it. Like,
Yes.
I think that
Right.
is a big piece of information
Mhm.
that my kids will have that I certainly maybe did not know or understand. It's like, hey, you're allowed to commit this much to something. Like, I think that's
Right.
a big deal. Or you have to commit this much to something. Just that game in general, from being a multi-generational professional athlete, is a huge piece of information. We see it in football, obviously.
All over the place.
Surtain showed up as what, a 90-year-old man on
Yep.
the field, literally as
Marvin.
as a rookie. Marvin Harrison,
Mhm.
obviously his kid. But like, yeah, there's generational stuff where if I was a coach in any sport, your dad was what? The best ever? Sick. That's like everybody was talking about the Bronny James stuff. Like, look at the nepotism going on. It's like, just as a scout, if this guy's fucking from the LeBron James family,
right,
I'm going to give him a little bit of a, I am actually going to give him a little bit of a boost. Arch Manning's going to get the similar, treatment because he's part of the Manning family. I mean, it's just a natural, and I think stats would tell us it's an accurate thing too. Like, it certainly helps
Yes.
you know what's going on behind the scenes.
And in every walk of life. I mean, when you go to somebody who's a dentist, you're like, oh, their dad was a dentist. Oh, okay. You've been having this conversation at your dinner table your whole life. I feel better about you putting a needle in my mouth to give me Novocaine, right?
Well, certainly media too. I mean, this media world, Jesus. It's like you also know who to talk to, what to specialize in, what to ask, where to go, who should go. Like, there's so much of that. It's like, no, your network is your net worth. And that's never been more evident. And obviously, professional sports is a meritocracy still, so you have to work your ass off. But boy, knowing how to work your ass off is a nice piece of information that hopefully, continues to open up and expand.
Pat, I also respect the heck out of people who follow their mom or dad in that same industry, because everybody's job takes them away from their kids for some period of time. And it's a high-profile job, travel, dedication. If you're really good at it, you've probably put an extra mile or two into it. I respect so much the kids that saw their parents taken away from home time because of their excellence, dedication at the job. And the kids choose to go into that profession. That means when they came home, they showed them the good of what they do. And they appreciated the hard work that got their parent wherever they got. And they sign up for it willingly. And they know Justin Thomas's dad, PGA professional, lessons all the time. Of course, Justin learned as a kid. He got all these lessons from his dad, but he also saw the time and the hours it took to be great. And on the range Tuesday, I'm standing with Mike Thomas. We're watching Justin. And I was like, you know what? You've been doing this your whole life. And that's why Justin's here, and he's a multiple major champion. And he's one of the guys in this generation who will be considered one of the best golfers because he saw how Mike Thomas lived his life and loved golf and what he got out of it. And he's like, I'm willing to follow in my dad's footsteps. Good for them.
It's a lot of pressure, obviously, having to follow in footsteps and obviously expectation and everything like that. And that's a good note, like, because obviously I'm away a lot, with my kids now, and there's a lot of work that has to be done, and they see it all, and there's a lot of those types of things, and we are having a good time because it is sports. So it's like choosing to do that. And as soon as I get home, just like, the amount of interest that Mackenzie has in it is awesome, and like giving her game, you feel like super special. And I'm like, who knows? She might be on a microphone someday. So it's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna start you now. I got her a microphone. I got her all this other equipment. I got her figuring out her levels. I got headphones going on, so she's naturally putting headphones on. It's like, why not try to give it as much as possible? But they got to go blaze their own trail. And nobody
they do.
has been able to blaze a trail like you, Tarico. You're everywhere and you're great at it all. And we appreciate the hell out of you making time. I would like to brag about you a little bit. Sent a text at like 11:40 something that was like, hey, 1:30 Hail Mary, Tarico. We got nothing over here. If you could swing by, we'd obviously be thankful. You sent a thumbs back rather quickly. We are very grateful for you doing that, man. Good luck the rest of the way, and you're the man.
Love the way you guys do things. Anytime I'm around, you got me. Have a great one, guys. Enjoy. Happy Father's Day to all the dads.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tirico.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, the nepotism conversation that happens, it's like, sorry, you know? Like, I do, because I used to hate it as well. Fucker doesn't deserve that. Why does that person get that? Oh, because they know or whatever. It's like for sports, like I would draft Bronny ahead of other people that I had ranked the same as Bronny, and maybe even a little bit better than Bronny, just strictly because like this guy's known the NBA his entire. I remember seeing him. He was on an NBA court when he was like 3 years old. I guess it was. It's hard not to.
And it is, you know, obviously different in sports because you got to earn it. Everybody's watching. Everybody's getting graded. You got, you know, you're playing against these greats, and it is another challenge too because you talk about all the good that comes with it, knowing the game, knowing what to do away from the game, how to deal with a loss, how to deal with a win. But like to go up and be like a Klay Thompson, like whose dad was like a really, really great player, and now you got to go blaze your own trail. Dell Curry was a good player. Steph, you know, he's coming out of Davidson. Now he's going down as probably one of the greatest point guards ever. Peyton and Eli, you know, with their pops and what he was like. So it is a different part of it, but everybody's going to obviously Bronny, if you're, you know, your dad's one of the greatest players of all time, everything you do is going to be judged. Charlie Woods. Like, so it's a lot that comes with it. Every shot you hit, every shot you miss, your dad wouldn't have missed that shot. Your dad would have made your dad showed up early. He worked harder than everybody, so it is another side of it. But the positives, I think, outweigh the negatives for the most part.
I think there's a lot of good positive. Now, granted, not every professional athlete's kid is a professional athlete for a reason. It's very, very hard, very, very difficult. It's a lot of commitment. But if they have that bug, the competitive juice, it does seem to help. And Jalen Brunson, the most recent story of that, just a vet on the court.
Dog.
Absolute dog.
45 in the closeout game.
Right here.
Crazy.
Right here, too.
Yeah.
Right here. I put cowboy boots on. A little bit like this. Guy's fucking point guard of the New York Knicks. Just won the title. Against Wemby, who's 7 foot 100.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. That's science. That's somehow him understanding science better than everybody else. There's a lot of people that have a lot of negative stuff to say. There's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions. But when you prove them wrong, you don't have to say shit to them. Jalen Brunson.
There you go.
Now, Jalen Brunson did appear on First Take the other day.
So
I'm not going to say immediately a condescending comment, but on that note, Jalen Brunson, you've been doing everything right, brother. However the hell you want to go about doing your life, you do it. Seemingly the most humble guy, hardworking guy, perfect to be the face of New York. Judgy's not doing terrible, though, huh? Or he's not playing?
He's hurt right now, but the Yankees have a very good chance to win the World Series this year. Very good chance.
We know why he's hurt, too.
Yeah.
You can say it.
Can you tell us?
You can say it. Say it. Do it.
Fucking Mark DeRosa.
What?
Yeah.
That guy killed everybody on Team USA.
No.
Everybody.
Yeah. He killed Pete Crow Armstrong just hit for the cycle.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a slump. There's a reason he's hitting for the cycle because of what he said to that lady. Now, where was the miss? Was he on the team? Nope. He's having the greatest season in the history of baseball.
Ice Terrain's been good, though.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He's on the team.
Yeah, sure. Where's Roman Anthony?
Where is he? What are you guys?
Where's Judge?
What happened to Roman Anthony?
Roman Anthony's been hurt for 8 months.
Because of Team USA?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of undisputable at this point.
Kind of
Look at all the
overworks your
guys.
bullpen pitcher as well.
Yeah, Garrett Whitlock, he got screwed. How's Big Dumper doing? He was the story of the year last year. We don't have to do this again. We just did.
We did just.
There's no point to go through them all again. Brunson's the face of New York, and it's awesome.
He surpassed Judgy?
I mean, right now, yeah, he won a championship.
Right now.
Till the fall.
That might be forever.
He's a great player. I mean, if you look at, we're not going to go there because I like Jalen Brunson. I don't want to do this, but
team's off.
In terms of
game.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no
Scatterboo might be coming for the crown, though.
I don't know.
He better be good.
I was going to say he's got about 3 years left, so he's going to have to, win two.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's rookie deal? What do you mean?
Saying his brain's going to be
paid?
mashed potatoes in about 18 months.
Gonna be.
Well, I like him too, but
That's the thing about Scatterboo. That is safe. I think that whole thing, that whole department is safe.
I see him everywhere.
It's everywhere else this part might be way too tough for the rest. We will find that out. I think that is going to be the Scatterboo story. I'm excited to watch him. He is, every time I've seen him play, in high school, he broke 14 tackles. There's only 11 guys on the field. Okay? Arizona State, he went crazy. I don't know how that works. Then he gets to New York, and in the NFL, is he going to be able to do it? Does the same exact thing.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was really good. Now, he got hurt doing backflips. But what's that? You have something to say, Bruce?
We just got Pat Ricard, the bodyguard, out in front of him now, too. So it's going to be an absolute sight to behold.
So you got Ricard and Scadaboo in the same backfield?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long Brunson's going to be the king of New York, but we know the time is certainly now. There's a parade being held for him and the boys. How's the parade going? Have we got any more shots of the parade? What do we think the expected number is going to be? Just every human that's a citizen of New York City?
Yeah, 5 million.
Probably, yeah.
Sounds about right.
They did that for London for the NFL. I talked about that before. They had me go speak at the pep rally in London or whatever. I looked out at the stage. Modest crowd, pretty good crowd. All right, we'll go back home. I open my phone as we're going back to the hotel, and they make the announcement: 775,000 people were at the thing. It's like I didn't see them. I think you said I didn't see. Oh, they were walking around. Just in the city of London. Yeah. Like, no, they were by the. Well, the thing was right in the middle of the city. So how far are we? Got it. Everybody in London came to it.
Cool.
That's what they're going to do for New York here, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Even the people in the windows.
As they should. Because those people are technically.
Yeah, that counts.
The parade. Yeah.
True.
They are
Part of the parade route.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody in that building.
Could be looking outside.
Could. And there could be 2 people in those apartments, too. Because there could be friends that have come in to the apartment. We are champions. Yes, you are. Congratulations. Confetti.
Congrats.
Speaking of numbers, do you believe the World Cup numbers now? Because, I mean, literally everywhere I go, like around people, like somebody's watching or talking about World Cup, celebrating it, dressed like.
Yeah. Saying one, just anytime you put a billion number on something, it is hard to take seriously. But I do think that entire countries could be watching these games.
So nothing else on right now.
Yeah, he just
like
said
that
Rio.
is the marquee thing to watch every single night.
Yeah, I believe the numbers.
Hearing that from Tarico, too.
Parties.
Like, entire countries are shut down. Like, if the game's on,
the
they close their shops and they go to watch it. So it is kind of, it's like, yeah, maybe.
And there's public watch parties, so everybody kind of has eyes on. I could believe it, especially with how awesome this has been. Now, and maybe it's because America hasn't had this much hype and we weren't hosting it and it wasn't immediately thrown into our faces. But it does feel like a perfect storm, if you will, of team really good. We're hosting it. Sports kind of drought right now. College World Series. Congratulations, Oklahoma and North Carolina. They've made it to the finals. This Oklahoma team's a real deal. Their run differential better than North Carolina's run differential, but West Virginia did put up like 6 late against North Carolina, made it a 12-7 game. Oklahoma, Georgia was the dogfight. I loved it. I think that guy, I don't know if it was that guy. I didn't know that side of the bracket that well. There was a guy for Oklahoma that hit a baseball directly off his kneecap.
Ooh.
And in the middle of his at-bat, and he couldn't put weight on it, went down actually. Then he got back up, stepped back in the batter's box. Like, I was so impressed just by that one situation right there. Now, he struck out. Promptly struck out.
In pain.
The next pitch was a ball, and I think everybody on Georgia's team was like, hey, fucking idiot. This guy can't even stand up. Just throw it in the strike zone, which did happen. But I appreciated the toughness. I've appreciated the vibes. I've appreciated watching the fans get behind their baseball teams. And we wouldn't have done this if West Virginia hadn't gone on a run. I mean, that's just 100% a factual statement. But it's been an honor to kind of learn about college baseball. And I love that these two are doing battle because I think they both invest mightily in their baseball teams. So I like seeing teams that invest in it paying off, and hopefully others will do the same.
Yeah, really cool moment actually in that Oklahoma-Georgia game. I don't know if you saw it, and I don't have the name. I wish I did, but I guess one brother on Georgia, other brother on Oklahoma. Brother's last collegiate at bat for Georgia. Guy hits a home run. His brother's obviously playing on the infield, like goes nuts basically for him because the game was out of reach at that point. Oklahoma was going to go on to go to the Natty either way. So like even that kind of story, I feel like that is what college sports is all about. Yeah, here it is actually. So this dude hits a home run, obviously 11-3 game, doesn't really affect.
Colby Branch is the batter.
Boom, Colby Branch, the Branch brothers. And there's his family, and it's like he goes out on that note, yeah. And there's his brother right there. Really, really cool.
Yeah, that is. Hey, good for you, dude. Sucks for us, but good for you. Casual. Let's go. Let's not make a scene out of this thing. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. Happy for you. But yeah, sports are beautiful, man. Can't help but stress that every single day. What else is beautiful is when a sportsbook platform says, you know what? Yeah, all right, everybody can just go ahead and do a bet.
America.
If it doesn't win, we'll give you bonus bets back. Now remember, the money will not be redeposited back into your bank account on this bet if they lose or draw. But you will get the opportunity to utilize that amount of money as a future bonus bet somewhere else. So it's a guarantee that you'll win, you get your money. If they draw or lose, you'll get the bonus bet back. It only works in the 3-way USA Moneyline wagers. You have to opt in and apply token. Okay, there are things you have to do here. Let's not just blindly open the app, download the app, because we're 21 plus and we're in a sports gambling state, and we're going to do this responsibly to add to the sports culture and not be assholes and try to become millionaires off this entire thing. Okay, we're not super geniuses. We have no idea what's going to happen, which is why sports are great. But we do know that this one's this one is an old school one.
Love it.
This is not a normal modern 2026 promo at this stage of sports gambling. Okay.
No.
The beginning stages of sports gambling, which we were in the middle of, there was a lot of these. There's a lot of, hey, yeah, we'll lose our fucking ass. Hopefully you'll do this. They've kind of settled that out now. This is for America. Shout out to DraftKings doing this. And hopefully teams and people will ride alongside of this and learn that this soccer team's for real.
Yep.
And over the next couple weeks, we got a real chance to watch some electricity in a sport that hasn't really captivated our country up into this point, but has a chance to do it now and going forward, which is good for society, good for sports as a whole. Shout out to DraftKings doing this. And shout out to you for joining us on a team ride on America tomorrow, responsibly.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Let's go.
Right. Not better than a good team ride.
Nothing.
This is a fucking country ride.
Yeah. Amen.
Come join us at DraftKings.
What time? What time we kick off?
3 o'clock.
Tree.
Beautiful.
From Seattle. That should be loud.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The USA. USA.
Drew Carey's out there, photographer for sure.
I don't know, actually.
Griff and Randy will probably be there.
Definitely.
I don't know
Yeah.
about Drew.
Yeah, I assume. I assume
Big Kraken guy. He's like the number one photographer guy for the Kraken, I believe.
Is that Marshawn?
Or Sounders.
Sounders, maybe.
Whatever the case, we're favored. Let's win.
United ride.
We were plus 110 against Paraguay, so minus 170 is quite the.
Do we know about Pulisic?
He had his.
Is he all right?
Still practicing on his own.
Yeah, but his best practice yesterday, who knows?
Yeah, but if it's not him, it's probably Gio Reyna, okay? Gio Reyna probably comes in for Pulisic. Not saying that we want that to happen. Just know that two very different styles of soccer.
Yeah.
Reyna is a little bit of a theatrics, okay? We'd like to let the rest of the world know that Reyna doesn't represent our entire country, but we're happy we got him.
Oh, yeah.
We are happy we got him.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you say?
He was one of the leaders. Theatrics. He'll be doing a lot of the.
He'll flop around.
Yeah, he'll sell a call.
He will be trying to get a call on it. He will embellish.
But it'll help us.
Maybe, if they call it.
Hopefully.
If not, it makes America look bad. But the thing that you can't take away from him, ridiculously talented. Just filthy talent. Obviously has a nasty goal in the 97th minute last time. He was only on the pitch for, I think, 16 minutes. He was on the ground 4 times, scored a goal. So, I mean, he is all over it. So we like him. I think he would be the one that would go in if it wasn't Pulisic. Is that accurate, Gumpy?
Berhalter was the one who got subbed on for Pulisic at half, so it could be Berhalter to start, and then Reyna comes on late again.
Listen, we like Reyna at the end because the flopping can certainly earn us something at the end, and he does find contact, which is not allowed. Can't do that. So he's certainly going to emphasize that. But he's also got the
flair.
He's got the welcome to the show mindset, which is good for the end of a game.
Are we still doing the Pentagon gimmick?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's our style.
I draw.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Sogs.
Yeah. Every which way.
So we'll be good.
Could be Timmy Way.
Berhalter's a hell of a player.
He's very fast out there.
Yeah, we got a lot of good players. Like I think that's the thing. Like if Pulisic is down, we're not dead.
Aronson also can do it.
Technically, in theory, we're not dead. But yeah, what Chris Richards said is, we're not running the Pentagon. We're running everybody run everywhere.
They're amoeba. They're running the amoeba.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Got some exotics going.
Yeah, they got a lot of exotics.
Everybody's playing every position other than Reem and Chris Richards.
It's positionless football.
I love it.
It's the most important thing.
We're playing a 2-8.
Yeah.
Bingo.
We're playing a 2-8 basically
Okay.
with a goalie, and you guys all figure it out. And then Paraguay's like, that guy ain't.
I can't figure it out.
Where,
this?
Oh, who's playing where?
They don't know.
And Pochettino's like,
Yeah. Attack! That's what he does. He just yells that, and then we go.
and then he goes to the refs. A lot of this.
I like that.
You like that?
He had great Air Forces on. I loved it. Great suit.
It's a proper gaffer.
He's a proper
Truly.
guy.
Well
Our
said.
Proper gaffer. Nigel Seeley said he'd take him on England. It's like, you don't get him. Okay, nobody.
Well, he said before they had Tommy Tuchel, but
Tommy Tuchel's halftime speech sent the boys into a craze to start that second half.
Fuck Tommy Tuchel.
I don't like how many
Well
countries you're
said.
on. I don't like it,
That's
Gumps.
just all Gumps in the.
Yeah, he's right here on the America's Game 2
I'm
guarantee.
sorry for sporting you guys. I apologize for that.
Tommy Tuchel fucking sucks.
Side.
It's punch or die.
Gumps is like two years away from being a citizen, so yeah, he's gonna support.
Well, we hope. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change your life. We're in this thing together. We're back tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Tomorrow's.
it's game day.
You're right.
It's match day.
Oi, 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 oi!
Gotta kick one in.
No, we can't do that
Sorry,
before
sorry.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
good
can't
call.
do that before tomorrow.
TNT. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, there you go.
Rory just made an
Isn't it
eagle
right there?
to take the lead.
Oh, that's not the World Cup.
The
ball.
World Cup.
Where's the footy?
It was on the shoulder pass over there,
Where's the footy?
Where's the
Over there.
official World Cup ball?
gap in left field.
The fuck are you laughing about?
How you feeling, Ty?
Good now. I'm gonna take a huge shite here in probably about 15 minutes or so. But I'm feeling
Smell
pretty
some
good.
residue.
Didn't you say you were gonna take a huge shite in AJ's B box that they sent?
That's the plan.
Might do that too.
Easy.
It's a hawk hive.
Hawkeye, sorry.
Sick.
How much is this for?
$50,000.
Okay.
That's how much the
Okay.
$50,000 giveaway.
Yeah.
You going glass?
We're doing it every day for the entirety of the World Cup that we were live during. Which I don't. There's gonna be not a lot.
Hey,
That's fine.
Do yourself a favor. Put this thing through the roof.
We're celebrating soccer.
Into the net.
Do we have
Off the-
prediction markers if you're gonna make it ever? I got.
Good ball. Good
Ooh, that was good.
That
Good
was
line.
distance.
Good line.
That was the
Yeah.
trajectory.
Whew, we're starting to get a little bit. We're becoming a soccer show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. We're in this thing together. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this, and we'll continue to do it for as long as you will have us. You are the greatest. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. Team on me. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.